Okay, so yeah, stream is live. So hello and welcome everyone to another weekly Fighters GCC event. This week we're doing the third Guilty Gear Strive tournament, organized by the Fighters GCC Discord. And with me is the one and only Mr. Pro Fighter.
Hello everyone, it's so good to be back and really hyped to get in on you with this Guilty Gear Strive action, a game that only got patched pretty recently and we're still kind of really measuring the impact of how that is changing the game. And we're also looking at a game where where we're getting crossplay and we're also getting new console users getting added in soon. It's looking like a pretty good time to be involved with Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, I think the Xbox crossplay beta is coming in February, so and they're doing it as a pre-release thing. Yeah, if you don't have the game and have an Xbox, you can try the game before it's actually officially ported to Xbox.
That is a pretty sweet deal, to be honest. Just being able to mess with the crossplay and even just not need to necessarily buy the game first. That is a really cool move by Arcsys, to be honest. Especially just getting in all these users and it's gonna be pretty heavy traffic on the game once you have that many systems that you need to somehow configure together. So that'll be a pretty big challenge they'll have on their hands. But I mean, that's a pretty good move to get it set up.
Yeah, so do you want to spectate by joining the room? Like by booting the game and joining the room? Or should I just put it on, stream it on Discord?
Through Discord is probably best.
Alright, okay. I should be seeing something now. Are you seeing it?
All right, there we are.
Alright, cool. So, getting back to the brackets, so it's pretty stacked. Being we have 18 players, which is a lot. I think it's more than last time. Even last time it was like around maybe 16 or 15. So that's exciting. We got MZA returning as the champ from the previous two tournaments for the Fighters GCC tournaments. We got Noor, who's generally a regular and a very good Nago player. Always in that, always placing higher in Fighters GCC. We got Alkhabbaz, a veteran GG player who's doing, I think, pretty well in Strive. We got Hikami. He's a pretty good Strive player with Hyper Chaos. We got the legend Envy, the one and only the TO coming in. So we got Sensei, who's a very good May. And also we got a lot of regulars and some new faces, so that's exciting. At least for the tournaments.
Listen, you get some pretty good character variety in there. MZA with a combination of Ino and Testament. We already mentioned Hikami with the Happy Chaos. Noor with Nagoriyuki. Alkhabbaz playing various characters recently, kind of experimenting with none other than Zato 1. You've got Sensei with Mei, and you've got a pretty good variety in there of characters. We even got Anji in there somewhere. I think Hi there plays Anji. Another recently buffed character with the most recent patch. But yeah, that whole thing, navigating the changes to the game, I think is going to be one of the most interesting things we're going to see. Nagoriyuki players, since we've got a couple players for him in this bracket, have kind of had to deal with no longer being the tankiest thing alive, just for powering up with blood. Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting to see how they manage.
Yeah.
And other things that happen, you've got Mei, who I don't think was ever really a bad character, but she got like this boatload of buffs to help her neutral, to help her pressure, and all of a sudden you've got a character with some of the highest damage in the game already, with more ways to kind of just force that damage, and it has been pretty fun watching the universe explode, honestly, whenever that character is on screen. Just like you get one hit, and all of a sudden just everything dies, especially if she manages to rack up just a tiny bit of risk right before she lands that hit.
Yeah. All right.
On the other hand, well,
yeah. You want to continue? You can continue.
All right. Well, I mean, we mentioned Envy with Soul. Soul's a character that, he was pretty much the meme machine when the game first came out. And
yeah.
It's been a
yeah.
It's been a bumpy ride for Soul, and he's landed up to the point where Arcsys are kind of telling us, stop using 6S, please. We want to remove that move from the Soul lexicon. But the new 5H is, I'm not sure if it replaces that. I don't know if it's as powerful as that, but it's got some stuff behind it.
It's not. I think the change what they made it is it helps him with confirming off like Forest much easier. So or like pressuring with Forest. So sometimes when you FD or when he lands Forest at a certain range, the 5H would just not reach. So that hurts him with the confirm part and with like pressure, like on block. Sorry, on block. Coupled with the better gunflame, I think he can do like 5H into gunflame is pretty good. Yeah,
especially like the reduced recovery is, I think, key to making that work. Just to allow him to kind of have more active pressure, rather like he's not just behind the buttons. He's got a projectile he can move behind better. And I think that's gonna really potentially help him in the long run. Like, there are these little things that you don't get considered initially, but as you kind of explore the character, you kind of figure out, what, maybe this is the new direction. There are other characters, I think, like Anji, who he's been a really interesting case study, I think, in Arc System patchworks, because initially they kind of just moved him sideways with the whole shift of his combo routes that happened the first time they overhauled him.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've kind of gone back to giving him a whole bunch of new ground stuff without impacting the air stuff. So I think it lands in a pretty nice sweet spot for that character, and maybe the chance for him to kind of finally really shine. Potentially, you never know with the way the whole game works. Speaking of, we mentioned Happy Chaos earlier. What about the BRC, PRC Super Freeze RNG chance that you just get kind of shot in the face for trying to approach Chaos during those times? That, I think, is just one of the scariest things I've seen that just kind of doesn't make much sense, but it's there and you kind of have to factor it in, because I don't think there's any fix coming for it soon enough.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a factor for anybody who fights Hikami today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of just exploring the game with our discussion here while we wait for players to kind of just get set up, signed in, and ready to join this bracket. The bracket's up on Challenge. If you're following in the Fighters GCC Discord, you should be able to access that. Just take a look at who all's in there and follow with us live.
Yeah.
For this, we've reached an 18-man bracket, you said, when we started up here?
We might be getting a 19.
Oh man. I don't think it's happened yet, but hey. Who knows what's coming up for Guilty Gear Strive, even just in our local scene, because we don't have the full disclosure of the situation yet, beyond the announcement of an actual fighting game league that is starting here in Saudi Arabia, which was unthinkable 2 years ago. This was just unthinkable for that to be the case. Now, depending on which games get adopted, I mean, Street Fighter 6 isn't too far off into the horizon, so that's one game to consider.
It's June, yeah. So it will be, I think, within the last 2 months or like 3 months of whatever the. So it's possible that they incorporate it into the league.
Yeah, so you've got that. Strive is already doing reasonably well within the region, and we obviously have a lot of strong players, regionally and globally, that could contribute to the scene. KOF would have a pretty good chance of really, connecting in a new way with everyone if it gets involved in the league. Tekken, of course, is probably one of the most guaranteed titles to be in there. So it would be pretty cool, like with all the talent we have, to see just a good variety of games get in there. We still don't have any details. We don't know anything beyond that there is a league. Just that is already pretty big.
Yeah. There you go.
Did we get anyone new?
Yes.
And who? And that would be. Drum roll. Oh my goodness! None other than Giovanna Master Punisher has hopped in on this bracket. So, this is shaping up to be like you said stacked. Then all of a sudden we got MZA and Punisher hop in, and we were already thinking it was stacked before that. This is gonna be nuts. So naturally, you guys might have already noticed the seating is gonna shift a little bit to accommodate for Mr. Punisher. And like you're already looking at a potential next round match against either Sensei or Hujair, which that would be a pretty tough match to look at. Noor, if he wins his match, is potentially going to face winner of Envy and Chris O'Brien. You're looking at Alkhabbaz potentially facing off with Hikami, and like MZA has got some of the lesser known quantities, at least some of the players who maybe have not had as much exposure on stream, but players like King Drago, Azzam, Yukonii, Draconium, that whole side of the bracket. So despite that top seeding, he might still run into a surprise or two over there. You just never know. So already by the time we hit second or third round, we could be looking at some pretty good stuff in this tournament. That was also a character I don't think we at least had guaranteed to be within the tournament, Giovanna. So she's a character who got some decently interesting stuff in the patch. Like nothing too outlandish, because a character that works off of some of the most fundamental ground stuff in Strive was never going to suddenly get a major shift in design. But she did kind of get changes to her cross-up flip, a couple of things where she can drag people back in with her 2H. Her 5H bounces people higher, has lower horizontal launch, which means she can keep them in a little bit closer. But it also wall bounces now, so that's something that shifts her combo style a little bit. Really, she just got augmented in what she already did well, without really getting any nerfs. So that's probably good news for Giovanna mains overall. Kind of sad that I don't know any confirmed Axel mains in this tournament, because that character has gotten a pretty good boost.
Yeah. Okay, so we have our first game.
Awesome.
It's gonna be AbdulrahmanArcsys versus Sum'a. So versus Fahad 777. So that's our first game.
All right.
Yeah.
So we just wait on the boys to hop into the room over here, join Master Geese Howard.
Yeah, that's kind of the costume that I was going for, but what he looks like is Rock Howard in Geese's costume.
Yeah, the more I look at that hair. Man, Rock Howard, rest in peace, buddy. You had a good run.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at Sin up on that banner, and every time I see Sin's Beak Driver in Strive, I'm just like, man, where did that move go? Like,
yeah. It now has a hard box.
That's one thing, and just like even the frontal hitboxes, because when playing that matchup as Axel, on full screen, if I Rensened and he did the Beak Driver, I would get hit by that super long hitbox. That's the matchup it was. So looking at it like barely hitting around 2/3 is just so surreal to me. Now, guys, of course, if you're following what's going on over here, there will be matches being played off stream. Because of course, you know, it's Saturday. At least in most places, people do have to go to work tomorrow, including yours truly, including both of us actually. So yeah, the efficiency is going to be a key, which is pretty much the standard that comes with the Fighters GCC tournaments. So there should be no worries there. The good old lobby music. It's been a while.
It's like, you know, this music comes from like a random story mode music in Revelators or Rev 2 or
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they just recycled the lobby music, which is whatever. Okay.
Sorry for what I'm about to say, but like they managed to recycle a super obscure story music for this game, and they didn't manage to bring Venom back.
Yeah.
Like, man. Well, dude's over there running that bakery with Robokai. So I mean, if he's having a good time, living the good life.
Yeah, let him rest. Alright, we have someone. I'm not sure who that is. I think that's Big Boss, maybe. Maybe that is
that might be Fahad Zelius.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are lining up. That's Abdulrahman hopping in, and we have got first tournament of this Fighters GCC engagement that we have going on here. So Fahad is running with Ramlethal Valentine, whereas AbdulrahmanArcsys is going with Soul Bad Guy. Ramlethal, a character that didn't really get a lot of huge changes, but she got one focus nerf, which is to her Rekkas becoming a soft knockdown. Immediately opening up by checking with the backwards jumping slash. That might have been an air dash miss. Alright, first sword is thrown, but immediately catching the jump out. Ram players really learning to look for those escapes. Oh, early burst, immediately getting caught. That was an attempt at a mix-up. Didn't go for the confirm there, Abdulrahman. Waited, good patience, didn't try to smash any buttons, waiting for that jump heavy slash, looking to block it, and oh yeah, the wall break coming a little too early for his taste there. What? Auto! That was kind of wild over there from Fahad. Boss really getting in there, getting his wall break.
Hey,
for both of them. Oh. Whoa.
I mean, he had the meter, so if it's unblocked, he's gonna RC, yeah.
Yeah, he had about 100 tension going
Yeah.
there, so really smart choice to use that
Yeah.
fast startup for in his favor. Still been a bit jostling for position. Neither of them really establishing a clear advantage until maybe there. Plus frames. Oh, nice backdash, getting away from the grab attempt. Still, the combo was not close enough to the wall, and now he's one sword short. Really good usage of backdash again. This time, Abdulrahman waiting for it. Here to gain some pressure. Nice wait there for with the close slash. Still, no big confirms happening here, but Abdulrahman still going. Oh, that walk up.
Yeah.
Walk up of a man with all the confidence in the universe to make it 1-0. Are we running best 3 out of 5 for the whole tournament?
Yeah, of course. That's the standard.
Of course. Guilty Gear Strive. So you saw that. We barely blinked and it was over. So that's all. That's already game 1 in the bag for AbdulrahmanArcsys. And we've had a character switch over here. None other than Nagoriyuki coming in for Big Boss.
Yeah. This game is danger time all the time.
It pretty much is, and there we go. All right, already the pressure coming in. Ooh, a little bit risky with that non-continued bandit revolver. Now he's stuck in the corner. Ooh, missed with his OTG attempt there, and that caused him to get thrown in the corner. I go, not the most solid defensive character in this kind of position, but still, Abdulrahman's pressure not too tight. Yeah, he's been looking for it again and again and again. Managed to put in quite a bit of damage. Nagoriyuki is still on 0 blood, so his health is still sky high, managing to survive all of that. And he's going to take that hard knockdown. Or is this enough to finish the round, I wonder? Might be.
Yep.
Indeed it is.
Oh boy.
Immediately, AbdulrahmanArcsys downed in the corner as we begin this second round. Boss really going for it now. Nice anti-air with the 6P and the burst there.
Oh,
well timed with
nice use of PRC there to block the DP.
And just like that, Big Boss puts himself on the board, tying it up 1-1. Now, looking at Abdulrahman's gameplay right now, I think one of the things that's going on is his confirms have not been as tight as they might need to be. He's not really maximizing his openings. If there's one thing that you really need with Soul hits hard. Want to be able to either take them all the way to the corner or maximize. Oh, never mind. And we can forget about Soul now because Kai coming in already with counter picks twice in this first set of the day. Perhaps choosing to kind of focus on having bigger neutral range rather than going in and mixing it up close. Alright, immediate bite to reduce that blood. Really good reaction there to the attempt at the charge stun edge. Immediately going in with a clone. Flipper, RC. Trying to keep up the pressure. Fudra Arc, it got some pretty funny buffs on hit in this new patch, but that was a block. Ooh, alright, good defensive throw. Here's the hit. Oh, immediately keeps it nice and simple over here. Big Boss, after losing the first game pretty quickly, just really going in right now. There's the counter hit immediately. Good old spinner going to work. Shock state, bit of pressure here by Abdulrahman. Alright, immediately evades the command grab. And Nagoriyuki has got blood burst on. Gotta block this and get the punish.
Oh, the reset! No!
Oh, wow. Alright. That worked out. Idiot stun dipper RC. You never know when Kai's gonna go for that. As long as he has that meter, it's always there as a threat. Abdulrahman was on a multiple round skid, and he's managed to stop it to put this in a pretty precarious situation for both players here. Crucial game potentially. Big Boss again gains the first advantage. Doesn't have the meter to go for the big finish. He's gonna look for another hit. Stun dipper. No, he didn't. There, it was a delayed attempt to go for it. Good blocks by Big Boss. Oh, the gold burst! blocking here, and Big Boss has all the meter in the world, just kept going, knowing that his blood levels were good enough to hold that risk, and manages to put himself up on the board now, 2-1. Haven't seen the same matchup twice yet in this set.
I'll tell you about it.
We're gonna get another surprise. I guess not. Kai, it still is. Game 4 with Big Boss already up 2-1. See a push in the corner here. First blood level already up. Oh, the disrespect with the Vapor Thrust, but good block on the Dust attempt there. Oh, that is huge. Really good reaction to notice there, but he went for a back throw instead of going for a full combo, even though there was no burst to worry about. Still, the mix-up into the throw, sufficient to finish the round. Anti-air close slash. That could have been a lot, potentially been a lot more, but still, he takes the corner situation. Gold burst again. Abdulrahman has not been shy with those. Really good conversion here, and he gets a good advantage going. Are we going to see another stun dipper? Oh, Sacred Edge immediately anticipating a potential escape. And what a game. Oh, wait, never mind. Never mind. Nagoriyuki was on low enough blood to survive that, but again, a stun dipper.
2-2.
And he had the tension to back it up. And this has already been a roller coaster set. We are at 2-2 over here. Still with Nagoriyuki, it's clear that these guys have found the primary game plan they want against each other is. It's all about realizing it in this 5th game for this opening set of the tournament. Wow, backdash into spinner immediately to start this round. Anticipating buttons being pressed by Abdulrahman. Really good start here by Fahad. Oh, you went for that 2H, and look at all that recovery, but only punished with a throw. Abdulrahman potentially favoring just taking to the corner, immediate defensive burst. Did he get caught there?
Oh.
Ooh! Indeed, as you noticed, but he definitely hit something up there, and that cost him that first round. Managed to survive the shock state, and really not much going here for Abdulrahman. Really higher straights for him. Will Vapor Thrust really far away. Really good anticipation by Big Boss, keeping a good distance. And now he's just potentially one situation away. Oh, he got a counter hit with the 6B. Had all the meter to make something of that, and he didn't. Managed whiff punish, but you see the meter advantage really big now for Big Boss. He should really be using some of that. All right, there's going to be an RC behind this if it doesn't hit. And there it is, just goes in after he managed that big jump scare with the super, gets the throw to end the set 3-2 in his favor. Really nice opener to get us going here. Good stuff, guys.
Okay. Flabs 3-0. I got some off-stream.
Yeah, we got some off-stream results over here.
Yeah, some off-stream results. Yeah. All right. So next up, it's gonna be MZA versus Yukonii.
Yukonii versus MZA. That should be interesting. Yukonii, not a player we're necessarily familiar with over here, so we're gonna see what surprises we can get. MZA, top seed of the tournament. We can expect either Eno or Testament, depending on what he feels more comfortable with at the time. His Eno was one of the forerunners of that character in the region. Really, probably was the and probably still is the best Eno player in the region. At least his results spoke for that. And we'll see what he's going to do here. Yeah, but that was a pretty interesting first set over here. Like, with the way Big Boss was kind of playing, once he realized that Abdulrahman kind of liked to make big calls, I think that's what made the final game where he kind of started being a bit more conservative and waiting to see Abdulrahman take an action before he responded at a range where he knew the advantage would be his. And that really helped a lot of times. That super catch especially was very, very smart. As well as the DP bait where he slashed way out of range, kind of knowing where his hurt box was, and anticipating that Abdulrahman perhaps expected something bigger. So his read on the game there was really, really on point. Whoa. I saw a character portrait there, and if that's the matchup we're getting, I don't know.
It might be weird because skin glitch sometimes. You get that when someone joins the room, sometimes it just puts the last character that, you know, the avatar of someone else, but it's not, and their character. So all
right. But that is the matchup. We are getting... MZA has gone with Testament and Yukonii playing Bridget. Bridget, a character that got released fairly recently. I mean, it's been a couple months, but in comparison to Testament at least. And got a raft of buffs based on in the most recent patch. Testament, a character that got some pretty decent new stuff, particularly buffing that character's zoning. We're going to see right now. You're going to see a lot of stuff on screen with both of these characters in here. Jostling for position here. Really good air backdash, anticipating the approach. The roller yo-yoing in over there. And it was Yukonii. ZA with the pressure here. No escape allowed. Anti-airing up there. Nostrovia to get us out of this first round. Really dominant facing to end this first round here by MZA. Notice the use of projectiles, the crow, all sorts of things that Testament activates on all sorts of conditions. But MZA so far exhibiting really good control until he got put into the corner. And this is where Testament does not necessarily excel. There's going to be a hard knockdown situation here for MZA to deal with. A nice backdash, gets himself out of there, gets the knockdown that he needs to potentially try to work this round. That was a missed air dash for sure. MZA losing screen positioning. Oh, great reaction there with the PRC to get himself out of there. Try to go for an arbiter there, but Yukonii really understanding his screen positioning, knowing that he might have been in trouble. But again, we saw the situation again, going over the roller and being able to punish with that air backdash. Oh wow. MZA was not anticipating that, and he bursts. He wants to end it right here. Gonna get a meter within the trade on the hit that he probably would have RC'd to end the round. Heartbreaking. Punish there. Yeah, Yukonii is getting a bit wild with the rollers here. He's being caught for it a few times. He's going to need to kind of rein it back a little bit to have good chances here against MZA. Look at that movement there by MZA. You never know where he's going to come from. There's the mix-up, and again, Nostrovia, he'll be able to squeeze in a couple more hits off of this. Knockdown situation once MZA decides to play it safe. Try to go for an arbiter from underneath to surprise him. And there's the crow catching him. You don't get in on Testament that easily. First game goes to MZA. It was a bit touch and go in a couple of situations there, but generally the 2 rounds he took, he was pretty much in control.
Yeah, it is kind of an interesting matchup because it's a zoner versus a character with high mobility. Generally air mobility in Strive, just from a system level, I think It's just not that rewarding because of way they put hurt boxes in air block, having way more blocks done and all that. So, anyways, let's get back to the match.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and that is what Yukonii, the mountain he needs to climb to be able to beat MZA is exactly that. And MZA, you see there that just he keeps getting him while he's trying to move, and Yukonii needs to move because at the end he's fighting from ranges where he is not at an advantage, and that's kind of the quote-unquote mix-up when you're fighting a zoner, is that you're getting hit just trying to move.
Yeah.
And there's a situation with the Crow on there, then there already the Nostrovia, he's going to be able to essentially carry all the way to the corner.
That's it.
Never mind a bit. Oh, there it is. Never mind. MZA still in control.
I think MZA didn't expect the gravity to make Bridget drop right after plus slash.
Bridget's supposed to be a lightweight, right? Like,
yeah, but there's gravity scaling, you know.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, some normals that juggle might not if there's some scaling. It's kind of makes them unpredictable.
You see, MZA is kind of keeping his movement very conservative. He's anticipating whatever big burst movement that Yukonii is going to go for, be it rollers, be it an air dash, and right out of there, just teleports himself right out of the corner.
Oh, that's a nice combo.
Oh man, that was a crucial burst because MZA was definitely on his last legs there, and he was definitely gathering up some potential negative penalty. That's still on the table here.
But I mean, that is sometimes an option to be like, I'll just take the negative penalty. Oh, nice break from the YRC.
Oh, but not enough of a punish. Yukonii dropped this round here. Okay, gold burst. This is an opportunity. Which way does it go? Took too long to deliberate what he was going to try. With MZA catching him with a defensive throw and putting himself up on the board 2-0 here.
But sometimes you know, if you're zoning with Testament, you'd be like, okay, I'll take the negative penalty. I don't care. I already have the life lead. They only need like a couple of hits to die, so I don't really need that much use of meter, you know.
Right, when they're on low life, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
I could see that since Testament moving backwards is a carrot.
Yeah.
Despite the weaker mobility in the game, but Testament has so many ways to cover that backwards mobility that it kind of works out in the end. We're looking at a potential stain situation here. Still really good by Yukonii to kind of keep up the pressure up to that point. Be pretty brave how he's approaching this. And he waited and waited, and the burst finally came, but that was the time where he wasn't ready for it. But he gets a hard knockdown for his troubles, dropping the teddy bear on him. And again, but this time MZA was ready, and he's under a lot of pressure here. Really good round by Yukonii. Oh, catching him, trying to escape. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a pretty good round by Yukonii here. Is there a potential turnaround on the cards? We're seeing here because that's the adjustment Yukonii needs by kind of overextending to compensate for MZA's conservative movements. But now MZA is kind of adjusting back by getting a bit more aggressive, putting Yukonii in the corner.
Oh, almost made it at 6 feet.
That was very brave by Yukonii, but now for his troubles, he's in the corner. The YRC managing to get him out of there, but again, anti-air is on point. Overhead arbiter.
Set point.
Point for MZA. Yukonii still a long way to come back into this, and that kind of approach is not going to help. MZA completely in control. Really good interrupt there.
Hey, crap.
Gutsy. I'm liking this by Yukonii. Really looking good over here. Nice pressure, and he's got some meter to cancel here. On again, waited too long, giving MZA the chance to work a defensive option, and he did not remember the throw from last time, or at least he was not preparing for it. He's the one in the corner, gets away from the overhead arbiter. MZA with all the meter in the world. Gets caught! That's an approach Yukonii has used a lot.
No!
The super. Oh, but
what
got
the?
it. Wow, he hit the close slash and it sent him backwards, and again. Yukonii with so many wild attempts at just
I think
rolling in on
was
those
baiting a
yo-yos.
burst there.
Potentially, but it didn't work out. MZA has been so solid in his decision making, not letting anything force him into any panic decisions. I think that was really what made the difference. That's something I want to call kind of a closer than it looks 3-0, because I think Yukonii showed that if this had gone on a little bit longer, he was starting to get the hang of what he needed to do. That's experience for you, MZA really giving it his all and finishing this set 3-0 before it could get any more dangerous for him.
Yeah, so there's a few players gonna have to DQ to losers.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
See, Papa Flabs has won his first set with a 3-0, and his prize is going to be a match with Punisher. Sensei, wow, that's a pretty solid opening result for him, winning 3-0 against Hujair.
That's Hujair didn't check in.
These are all DQs.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll do Hikami versus Noob Master.
All right, that should be interesting. That should be a pretty interesting set. So Chris O'Brien also getting the bye over Envy there, who did not manage to hop in time. And an interesting second round set in the same round that we're playing. Actually, we're playing second round winners matches. Noor is actually going to play against Big Boss, who played that nail biter against AbdulrahmanArcsys in the opening set of the day. So that could be one to watch over there. Alkhabbaz got DQ'd as well, I take it?
Yep.
Okay, so Rough Player is waiting for the winner of the set that we're going to have right now. I'm looking over a post that I read by our boy Francis Del Rio, who's also been putting massive efforts over in Oman to try to establish a really good fighting game scene for everyone. And, you know, it's kind of amazing to realize that we've got rollback on all 3 major Guilty Gear titles now. That is absurd to think of, like, in a delightful way. Like, it's just so surreal to realize, right? And if only we could get replay control on all 3 of them. Nah, I kid. It's an awesome feature, but just getting like this ridiculously good netcode on 3 generations of Guilty Gear is beyond what anyone could have imagined not too long ago. Hikami is up and ready while we wait for Noob Master. Now, we do know that Hikami plays Happy Chaos. He was actually, to my recollection, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was involved in the Saudi Esports Federation Cup that happened not too long ago.
Yeah. And he actually won a tournament. Sorry about that. He actually won a tournament recently with the Valve one, the one that was. You remember the the gaming place Valve VOD?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. They hosted like a tournament a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah. I remember that tournament now.
Yeah,
I remember
for
that
and Strive. He won the one for Strive. So
Good stuff.
Yep.
Picking up that head of steam, and it looks like Noob Master has hopped in, and we should be good to go.
Yeah.
At least they're both on the setup, assuming We haven't had one of those.
Sometimes it needs to load things.
Fair enough, fair enougugh. But have the issues that used to happen before been reduced?
I don't know. Like one of the things I'm doing this time is oh shit. Okay.
No way. The only are these the only two Happy Chaos players in the bracket, and now they are against each other? All right, here we go. Hikami already starting out by tossing the ooze on him to try to get those concentration levels going, but see, absolutely zero respect from Noobmaster, immediately going in. And you see, like, Happy Chaos already plays a game all his own, but I guess one of the best ways to beat him, just to be Happy Chaos yourself. And we're seeing already Noobmaster getting a pretty good start going here. You don't get in that easily.
Oh no!
And there's gonna be
imagine bursting against Happy Chaos.
Oh my goodness! And a hero burst at that immediately. Yeah. Noobmaster with a really strong opening round here against Hikami.
They should put hurt boxes on bullets next match.
Oh goodness!
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a hoot? Noobmaster trying to defend his life here. All right, manages to get out. Now he managed to ride a really heavy momentum train in that first round, going for a bit of close slash pressure, but really not much going there. Hikami gets the throw in the corner, gets the mixed up going, but the counter hit didn't manage to convert off it, and now he's down in the corner. Really good block. Really nice late burst by Noobmaster. This is still possible. No, never mind. And a hero burst by Noobmaster. Here we go. And that was some nail-biting stuff at the end of that round as Hikami barely clutches it out. He was in trouble here. Like, he's the one coming in as potentially the favored player. Noobmaster really, and you gotta wonder, how much has Hikami fought against Happy Chaos? All right, there it is. Gonna get the wall break. Decides to just build up a bit more concentration, but his bullet count looking a bit low over here. All right, manages to reload just in time, and he had the meter to be able to make that safe. Gets the cross-up situation, and Hikami gets everything back under control with a dominant ending round. Take the first game of the set, put himself up 1-0. Wow, that is... Did Noobmaster just leave the room?
I
don't see him.
don't know.
Might be having some issues over there. We'll see what happens with that. Man, I hope he isn't questioning his motivation for running into a Happy Chaos mirror. That is just like one of the genuinely funniest things that could have happened. Alright, we'll just wait on word for the master whenever he's able to find out what happened, or whenever we can know.
I think Noobmaster thought it was first one.
Oh, what? For real?
Yeah, they just said, like, oh, I thought it was over.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry. I don't want to...
Alright. Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair play.
Okay.
Fair play. Alright, well, welcome back, and let's head in. Game 2. With Hikami up 1-0. Wow, an immediate big opening gunshot here by Hikami, and he decides to run the advantage here by going right in. Burst here by Noobmaster to take the corner. Still, Hikami is suddenly just like, you know what, I'm going to test your reactions over here and see what you're able to do in this neutral. If I just decide to cross you up, if I just decide to move to the other side, what are you going to do? And so far, and he's going for some wall splat resets over here until he got enough to be able to guarantee the kill off the wall break. Feeling his offense against Noob Master's defense. Really good, confident first round. Good statement here by Hikami. Yeah, and he's kind of really found a sweet spot. Yeah, starting to bait actions here and there, backdashing to force throws, backdashing to force normals, kind of preying on natural defensive instincts over here and preying on predictable actions.
Isn't this a fun time?
Man, it's just, yeah, that's a big hit over here, and he's got a super going. Just had to watch himself get pressured and then proceed to think he had a chance to get out afterwards, then get supered and die. Pretty rough second game here for Noob Master. He started off really well, but
yeah,
you never know. All right, he's gonna go again here. I don't foresee a character switch. Chaos mains.
He did well in the first game.
Yeah,
it took a round.
Took a round, and it was a pretty good round too. Like he just kind of like expected Hikami to kind of start loading up on concentration or bullets, and he just kind of disrespected that. But see, he's been going to that again and again, and Hikami's just been ready each and every time to kind of slug it out and send him right back into the corner. Yeah, 1-2K too many there. Still, chance for Noob Master here. He's loading up on a bit of concentration. Only down to one bullet. He's gonna have to work it back out somehow.
Okay.
All right, immediate. Yeah, that's yeah. I was about to say, you have to know that that's a possibility for them. I think there's just surprisingly a lack of Happy Chaos experience for both of them. Still, Noob Master.
Yeah, it might have been like a random call off, you know. But yeah,
potentially. I was trying to potentially gain space to just, you know, maybe load up on bullets again, but yeah. Hikami there. That was the crucial hit because he was way down on resources, and he needed that to be able to start loading up again. And he's going for what he did before. Whoa. Yeah, I think that was just a mistake over here. It might have just, yeah. Oh. All right, never mind. Hikami not quite capitalizing on that full confirm, but still manages to get the hit as he anticipated Noob Master's movement, and just one round away from closing out this set. Has him in the corner. Oh wow, he just ran up and just slugged him one. That was some good stuff there by Noob Master, and he has been kind of going in that way whenever he decides to approach. Again, in here, he's got all the meter in the world, he got all the resources, he has to be able to take this over here. Face the burst, but no punish! Yeah, there it is. He had to move at some point. Well now. Well now. I mean, Hikami, as far as I'm aware, in a lot of the local tournaments and regional tournaments, he's really been one of the very rare Chaos mains, right? I don't really recall any other players on the scene, so it is, you know, something that he probably would not have been anticipating, running into another player, and one that's been able to take a game off of him already. And you never know. You never know, especially if he's unprepared for this mirror match.
I mean, he still has a few games to adjust himself.
Right, yeah, he does have at least that much going for him. And Noob Master, again, kind of like anticipating times where he thinks Hikami is going to try to load up on resources and just goes in, gets the wall break, and now he's got massive advantage to work with. Concentration super, and this is where he can really start pressing advantage, but Hikami gets a crucial knockdown. Never mind, Noob Master manages to reverse the momentum over here. Blitz, yep, there we go.
Look at that footsies.
Yeah, gunsies, let's go. And Noob Master with another really strong opening here, and he manages to wait that time. He's been getting caught by that all day, and the one time he adjusts is when he's potentially about to make the set 2-2. Call out? Does it work? Mine, but oh my god. That one of those moments. Concentration, and this is where Hikami really needs to press his advantage here. There's a bullet landing. There it is. Noob Master from 2-0 down has tied it up 2-2. And who could have anticipated this? Well now. Plot thickens. 2-2. Whoa! Hikami, losing faith in the mirror match, decides to go to Soul Bad Guy. Now, I don't know about this pick. I mean, Soul being arguably the most common character in the game, Noob Master knows what to expect. And there are some things, oh my goodness, 6H immediately opening up. Hikami with a bit of a panic move there, or just trying to make a big call out. Not continuing that 5K. Soul is, at least in these early exchanges, not looking ready. What anticipation there, stopping the Bandit Revolver. Hikami in big trouble. Concentration builds up. Punish right there on the Vortex. This is not looking good for Hikami in any shape, way, or form. Oh. You thought you were about to try to get in. Defensive throw. Hi. Noob Master catches him. Wow, that was just a missed approach by Hikami. Revolver, yeah, he's getting himself punished here. He's really going in and really putting himself into a lot of trouble here. The punish on the Volcanic Viper. Hikami on his last legs. Right, there's the wild throw. Chance ready to play. Fafnir for the plus frames. Revolver hits, but he doesn't have any meter to do anything with it. Defensive throw puts him into deep trouble here. Gets anti-air, and then Hikami is sent to losers by Noob Master.
Yeah.
Wow. Already this early into the tournament, we had a player who thought he was playing a first to one, down 0-2, bring it all the way back and forcing potentially the one other main of his character to switch to a rusty counter pick and close it out with 3 straight games. Noob Master, well done, my friend. That was the good stuff right there. That was really well played. And like in the beginning, I kind of had my doubts because he was kind of rushing in a lot. I was worried about his ability to adjust to Hikami just kind of crossing over him and approaching him a lot from the air. But he made those adjustments count when it mattered most, and I think that really got to Hikami. Back in the days, that it's what Seth Killian would call the mental guard crush. I really think we just witnessed that happen. But Hikami still got a loser's bracket to worry about. Kind of got to pick himself right back up, not let this hurt him too much.
All right, we have the next game. It's gonna be Punisher versus Flabs, and that should be the last of round 2.
Yeah, and Noob Master at this point, he's got Rough Player in his next set, which I haven't seen him play yet because his match was against Alkhabbaz, who got disqualified. And on the other hand, we're looking at MZA versus Azzam, who's going to play the winner of that set. Whereas with Punisher right now versus Papa Flabs, the winner is going to go up against Sensei's Mei. So I guess we're having Noor versus Fahad on or off stream.
No. Yeah, that's gonna be off stream.
Okay.
Punisher versus Papa Flabs. That's on stream.
All right. Yeah, Hikami down there in the first round of losers, and he'll be playing against Hi There. Did Hi There check in?
Yes. It's just
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that match will be happening. But our concern right now is with what the... Where did all these Chaos players come from? My goodness, Happy Chaos out in full force. Punisher, Giovanna versus Papa Flabs, Happy Chaos. Punisher, of course, generally known as one of the best players in the region, got a lot of really strong results. He got third in the Saudi Esports Federation Cup, just behind Latif and Slash. So that was already a really good thing for him. Dash cancel there, a bit of like quote-unquote fake pressure, but if your opponent isn't anticipating it, already the opening here. Wow, a successful burst against Happy Chaos. Let's go. Gets crossed up. Well, now. Papa Flabs gets YRC'd. YRC's back, and that looked like a block by Punisher, but he didn't do anything from it. The pressure now going by Punisher, and oh, the 6P was just a little bit too late. Flabs had just already landed. Good interrupt over here. He should be able to pick up this combo. Waited for the burst. Came too late for his liking, but now the situation's reset in the corner in the middle of the screen. Oh, there's the 5H. Immediately into the good old spiral arrow. Counter hit allowing that. And again, the 5H really going to work here. Opportunity for Punisher to really flex this damage. There's the anti-air. Is going to be able to get a lot off of this. Should be able to finish the match. Absolutely. And that Giovanna, green, angry, full of damage, and rocks a perfect to finish this first round. 1-0 is the score. Well, you gotta wonder, does Flabs have something else in the bag? But what we've seen with the Chaos players, it's really all about the Chaos, and really can't blame them. The character is very highly specialized, kind of requires a whole different mindset to play, and you kind of need to know very specific things to keep making the pressure work. Got a couple nerfs recently, but is still generally pretty powerful tournament character, one of the best, at least by most people's estimations. But you still got to actually make it work, and that's the task for Papa Flabs right now, trying to come back 0-1 down. Similar opening that we got last time. The dash cancel by Punisher, waited for the burst, didn't quite manage to get it. He's got to respect these gunshots a little bit for a while, try to wait his way through them. Opportunity to backdash, not getting too impatient here. Sol Puente got a couple of buffs recently. The pressure, really good block on the YRC, and an opportunity for him to just take this opening round. Again, Punisher really working that powerful corner game. Really good whip punish. He's been anticipating those 5Hs now. He's been used, or rather, they've been used a lot, and Papa Flabs anticipating one and getting a punish. Gold burst completely filling up Giovanna's tension, and she does get damage and defense buffs when she's like this. Immediately goes to the super. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Still not quite enough. Hard knockdown. Blocks there. Ab's trying to survive. Still really rough situation for him. Goes, you're sneaky, going to the other side, but takes a defensive throw for his troubles. And Punisher up 2-0. It's like that. I'm really liking Punisher's patience. It's one of the things that he's really shown in his gameplay over his time with Strive.
Yeah.
He absolutely, like, he's definitely put in the time this game as well. Giovanna's been his character from day one, and it really shows just how in sync he is with how he plays her. Right, Flabs, take a moment maybe to consider things for a little bit, and we go right back into game 3. Wonder what adjustments he's gonna have. Just like playing the defense against Punisher, like it's never easy to do, and that's been really the main question he's being asked because he really hasn't managed to survive almost any defensive series that he's had to deal with here. An opportunity to maybe work some corner pressure here, get a couple of gunshots off, take some advantage. Waited for the burst this time, and never mind. I thought he was going to successfully bait it this time. Punisher still 0 for 3 on those bursts, but he's 2-0 where it matters. All right, really, really good coast-to-coast work here by Papa Flabs. PRC into the corner, PRC in response by Punisher. Oh, late on the anti-air there, could have been trouble. Flabs wasn't ready for it, and now he hasn't been really dealing well with that cross-up. That counter could have been deadly, but the trade saving Flabs' life, but he wasn't able to get another roll of dice there. No anti-air there by Punisher. Rare for him not to be aware of his surroundings there, and now he's in a bit of trouble here if he doesn't get out of the situation. Oh, really good backdash and defensive throw. Completely gains control of the situation here. Decided to go back on those minus frames, anticipating something from Flabs. Flabs keeping it nice and patient, needing to regain the corner for himself. There's the opportunity now. But yeah, didn't manage to quite build it up to where he could super for the hard knockdown. Instead, that 5H, really good awareness by Punisher to get such an optimal conversion here. Whoa! Giovanna has cool combos? Who knew? Dashes here, seeing the concentrations built up, and again, Flabs really going all in. Oh, the one time he moves the 5H, that boot was ready for him, but Flabs finally puts around
dash
on
is
the board.
like really good in the matchup. I think she can dash block and gain so much ground.
Yeah, absolutely. That the speed and length of her dash being really crucial here, and again, I don't know what Flabs attempted there, got counter hit out of it, and now in deep trouble here. Ooh, that was a punish. There's another opportunity for Punisher, but no big conversions. He's had the meter to try to finish it on both occasions. There's a throw. That calls it. Yeah, it's just typical Giovanna stuff. He doesn't want to finish it with anything other than a throw. Yeah, 3-0 for Punisher. Pretty comfortable in the end, overall, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, Papa Flabs showed a couple signs of life towards the end there, but really not enough to keep Punisher in check. Punisher was just too solid in that neutral to keep finding ways through the bullet hails and not have to worry too much about the zoning game. Really solid stuff. But still, Papa Flabs, I mean, he won his first set 3-0. He could be somebody watch out for down in the loser's Shark Tank. As we still keep going with you guys in this awesome Guilty Gear Strive action through the Fighters GCC Discord series, run by my friend here, Badul, really giving it his all for all the various tournaments that are happening throughout the region, throughout various games. Follow the man on Twitter at BadurSNK to keep aware of what is going on, and of course, join the Fighters GCC Discord so you can always know what's happening. Be able to sign up and get in on these brackets and fight people in this region in all of your favorite games. You think that there's a game that isn't played here? We got Akatsuki Blitzkampf.
I think we'll do MZA versus Azzam.
MZA versus Azzam. All right, so we are heading into the third round of the winner's side now with this match. Now, Azzam, I know him a little bit more from KOF, so I'm not too aware of what he's doing in Strive. We know with MZA, we saw him play Testament in the first round.
Yeah.
Maybe he might go with that as his safer pick, since is a character that is more about slugging it around up close, although she did get some changes to how her hover dash works that might make her less committal in terms of her neutral movement. Still, we'll see. waiting for the players to hop in here. So Rough Player is in, right? Like, he did actually check in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we are going to get that with him and Noob Master. That's going to be another fun little surprise match that we could look forward to with what Noob Master pulled off against Hikami already. Then Punisher versus Sensei, Giovanna versus May. And you're going to bet that, you know, Punisher has had exposure to Slash at this point. So you wonder how well that's going to stand him playing against Sensei, who, in the end, I mean, even playing against a player of a wholly different caliber, you still have to deal with how that player pilots the character.
I'm just gonna BRB, but if they play the match, it's fine. Should be okay. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. MZA has hopped into the room already. As we wait for Azzam to step in, MZA still the tournament's top seed. His performance in the first round so far backs that up. Being a two-time champion recently also backs that up. Man is a talent, and you can bet that he's looking to try to bring this home. With people like Punisher in the bracket, though, nothing is guaranteed. Course, as Azzam navigates the very, very difficult matchup of cyberspace, to be able to reach the lobby that we have going on over here. Hope you guys have been having fun so far with this Guilty Gear Strive action that we've had. There's still a lot more to come. It's gonna keep getting more and more difficult as it goes. It's gonna keep getting more and more challenging for these players to make things happen.
All right, I'm back. Did they play? I don't think so.
Unfortunately, no. Azzam hasn't gotten into the room yet, actually, so I gotta wonder if he's having any trouble over there. Or maybe just taking a break between whatever sets he's managed to play.
Anyways, let's just there's some new stuff in the brackets.
Yeah.
So
we got some updates.
Yeah, Noor versus Fahad. It was 3-2 for Noor.
Oh wow, close.
Yeah.
Fahad just taking everybody on his heart attack train in this tournament so far. Win or lose. It looks like Hikami already 3-0'd Hi There. So that's Hi There out of the tournament. AbdulrahmanArcsys, was that a DQ against King Drago?
Yeah, Drago didn't show up.
Okay, so he's got Yukonii coming up next. That'll be a challenge going up against Yukoni's Bridget. And then you have Hikami. Well, Alkhabbaz didn't show up, so that's a bye for him.
No, Alkhabbaz did show up, so he's gonna have to claw back from this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man.
Him and Hujair, so they did show up. So.
Okay, so they are playing on that side, and each of them gets a happy chaos as a prize for showing up into that loser's bracket. Because Hujair is playing Papa Flabs.
That's what you get for showing up late.
Yep, just a good old dosage of happy chaos.
Yeah, so
yeah, we got an update on Azzam, or
yeah, he did reply and said he's gonna join.
oh, okay. Looks like Hujair and Papa Flabs actually finished up. Hujair took it. Okay. He's like, all right, y'all gonna put me against Happy Chaos? I got this. You don't scare me.
Okay.
All right, decent showing by Papa Flabs. He managed to take his first set, 1 and 2. You know, in a tournament this stacked, no shame.
Alright, challenge. Can he push this through?
Man, challenge matchup. Another layer of difficulty over here. Hey, I mean, if the pandemic did one thing, it made everybody running tournaments just have to know how to keep improvising all the way through this.
Yeah. There we go.
Yukonii. Okay. Yeah, that was potentially a challenge for AbdulrahmanArcsys, and Yukonii comes flying through with a 3-0. And it'll be him against the winner of Alkhabbaz and Hikami. Wow, that'll be something right there. Yeah, Azzam, 5 seconds. I'm counting you down. Oh wow, he actually made it. I was about to start counting down, and the boy just pushes in right there. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right, so that is the set we have coming up. MZA versus Azzam. Azzam maybe just tweaking his character settings or whatever, or maybe music settings. But well, MZA is on player 1, so whatever he puts is what's going to go through.
Oh, Sin.
Sin Kisk. All right. Well, character we were not anticipating to see, I think, and a character. The only character who got 0 changes in the most recent patch, just based on his recency. A character who was definitely fundamentally very quite different, yet somehow the same to how he was in Exerd. Still runs off a calorie meter, still needs to eat, but the way his calorie meter fills up is completely different. Starts out full, keeps filling up, but he can change the speed at which it fills up based on being able to eat and whatnot. And the costs being completely different. But now, of course, MZA starting out with Testament, gets him with a low Arbiter, not allowing any movement already. Azzam in deep trouble over here, already trapped in the corner. Try to get out, got over that teleport, but still, oh wow. Just anti-airs on point by Yusuf over here. Even if there are no big solid hits, he's just been so on point with his zoning game. Alright, MZA starting out the second round as he ended the first. Oh, that time he wasn't ready for that anti-air attempt. good opportunity for Azzam to try to push in some of that corner pressure. Opportunity he did not get in the first round. Still, decision gets flipped. DP, and Sin's DP, one of the more deceptive moves in the game in terms of how safe it actually is. In that it's not. And now MZA with an anti-air with the Crow, stopping the air dash attempt. And there is game 1 going in MZA's favor.
What's happening?
All right, pardon me. That was my little boy saying hi to the stream because he's. So game 2, MZA going up against Azzam. Now Azzam really, like, he has had to deal with a really rough neutral over here. Sin in Exerd was a character with pretty oppressive neutral. His range is not what it used to be. Maybe the smaller, kind of the smaller screen space and the reduced mobility options. It felt for Arcsys that they couldn't keep him as he was. There's a DP with the follow-ups, and he manages to get a knockdown here. Oh, he's gonna ride the lightning, but not quite fast enough. The Crow, very, very little recovery on that. Fakes the pressure there from the Elk Hunt to go for the throw. Elk Hunt's still one of the core tools in Sin's toolbox. And there gets the exact finish there that he needed. You need to time second part of that super to be able to get the wall break, but he does manage to do it correctly. He does Azzam and puts a round on the board. There's the throw there by MZA. Gets him in the corner. Pressure going on. Does Azzam have an answer to this? He doesn't have meter, doesn't have a burst. He's going to have to just rely on good old fundamentals, and he managed it. Took the trade there, but at least he's out of the corner, even if only for a few seconds. There's a big counter hit. Opportunity for him, maybe. Still really low on resources here, and calories starting to run low. Filling up again. He anticipated maybe for MZA to drop right into that. Didn't quite pan out. Oh, that was a close slash coming out and got stuffed.
Oh!
There it is. Oh, wow. Calls him out. Of all things to do, MZA has not really done that more than once all day. Kept it for the right time.
Oh, good DP.
There's a great anti-air there by Azzam. He's met. Oh, he gets caught. Struggling to put himself into places where he can get the clean hits that he needs to be able to really put the hurt on MZA when he hits him. And that's been a really defining trait of this so far. But he's really put up a pretty good fight.
A good 6B there to get the buff pass.
Opportunity. He's going to be able to potentially carry all the way to the corner. Ran a bit low on resources, wasn't sure what to do, and got caught. Will throw. Tried to get him with the dive again. Azzam with an opportunity here, gets YRC'd. Oh, and gets caught with yet another throw. MZA taking that game. It was a bit touch and go there for a while, but Azzam really starting to show that he's potentially got what it takes here. That's still just the first game?
No, that's game 2.
That's game 2. Sorry, I had a bit of...
Yeah, game 1, MZA took it. Game 2, it was kind of close.
Okay, whoa, all right. Azzam switching up to Soul. I mean, he was showing some pretty good stuff with Sin towards the end there. Maybe he's going to try to reverse engineer it with Soul. But you can bet that MZA is going to be much more prepared to face Soul than he is Sin. Immediate block on the Vortex to start off the round. He tried to hit buttons afterwards, got counter hit. Again, a pretty rough start here for Azzam against this oppressive neutral, but an opportunity for him to reverse the situation. Managed to get the big hit. He can carry all the way to the corner. All that dust, that crucial dust that didn't hit, that was pretty big. Uses the burst just to keep momentum and gets a punish on MZA's burst. Big chance for him here. Still not quite enough damage. Didn't have the right routing there to really capitalize on that position.
That's a really cool, great tool to use to bait 6Ps, which is like do air DP and make it clash with 6Ps. That's what Azzam did.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow, that was tight. The stream lagged for me just a tiny bit, so I sadly missed seeing that. Good block on the overhead arbiter. Azzam really starting out pretty nicely. Vortex of all things gets underneath what was another attempt of zoning by MZA. Now Azzam is kind of just accepting that some of his decisions might get him hit and kind of running off risk reward, but the risk maybe running a bit too high for him there. Eats a hard knockdown. What's he got here on deck? Gets away from the low arbiter. Ooh. Really good anticipation there, but the bandit revolver not quite landing. There. SM 6P, it's really something with how much it can cover. And it bringer now. Azzam, his only hope to stay in the set is to take this round. By that point, he is banking on Soul to be able to take him all the way home. Oh, got away from that dust. Big throw into the corner. Opportunity maybe for MZA to completely close it out. Yeah, crucial usage of meter there, and Azzam really short on resources now. Have to somehow make it work with basically nothing. Forward backdash there by MZA, restoring the situation in his favor, and he's got all the meter in the world now to try to just end this. And end it he does. Oh, I mean, Azzam, again, that set ended up as a 3-0, but Azzam, I think, showed a lot of pretty good plays. It's just that MZA was always just that one crucial step ahead. It was those little moments that decide rounds that were really big in his favor for the most part. Really, most of them going for him, and that's really what decided the set going in a single direction so often. Still, it creates that threat that Azzam is going to pose to everybody over there on the lower side of the bracket. Based on that, he goes down to wait for the winner of Hajar and Papa Flabs, which actually was confirmed as Hajar already. So that'll be a pretty challenging set for both of them there. And Punisher has come through a very close set against Sensei, winning 3-2. He'll be waiting for the winner of Noor versus Chris O'Brien, aka Cobb 55. We'll just be waiting on, I assume, one of the other winners matches at this point, either Rough Player or Noob Master.
No, yeah, that's the next game. Rough Player versus Noob Master.
Rough Player, Noob Master, that's the next one we have. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. We haven't seen Rough Player yet. We know Noob Master already. He got what some might consider an upset by putting his fellow Chaos main Hikami into loser's side very early on. And Hikami has already been eliminated from the tournament by late arrival Alkhabbaz in a 3-2 heartbreaker. Oh, Yukonii is in the tournament. He's playing.
Yukonii, I think, yeah.
Okay, so Fahad, aka Big Boss, is going to be playing against him. So a lot of sets that are pretty tough to call over on the lower side, really. But in the meantime, oh my goodness! All right, you were gonna tell me that to get into winter semis, we're gonna have Chaos versus Faust, of all things. Faust, the character that have Arcsys, for once in their lives, have not managed to know how to make top again in a Guilty Gear. Then they have been giving him buff after buff after buff to try to kind of shore that up. Let's see now what Rough Player has. Already opens up with the meteors. Sometimes just knowing that your RNG is there for you is enough to maybe carry you through. Meteor drill confirmed. Tosses a bag on him. There's the opportunity opening for there. The stream is lagging a bit on my end, so a couple actions might be missed, but still, that's a really good opener by Rough Player over here. Really utilizing Faust's reach and being able to understand what to do with his items once they're in the field. But there's a conversion opportunity for Noob Master, but no, he's getting caught with so many drills, really not respecting that range so far. The gunshot pressure. Player tries to get out. There's a successful YRC. Opportunity for him maybe. Trumpets on the field. Opportunity maybe for Noob Master to make use of it. And there it is. The army is going to come in against General. But still, wow, what anticipation to use the 6H that way and gain some space. Faust being kind of unique in the sense that he's okay with fighting from far away, even against Happy Chaos. At least if he gets the right item, he could potentially flip the situation on its head. There's a defensive throw by Noob Master to tie up the rounds so far, 1-1. And there's the opening again. Opportunity. There's the trumpet man successfully evaded. Tried to go for a 6H frame trap. Didn't quite pan out for him. Alright, part of the interruption. Right back with you guys. We got Faust again, really with a super strong start by Rough Player, but that throw could be a momentum shift. Good anti-air on the attempted H there, but he gets underneath. Sneaky, and first game for Rough Player.
Yeah, been having some trouble with the whatever the overlay.
Well, we keep getting more and more surprises as this tournament goes on. Potentially some players that have been active that we didn't particularly know about before. Rough Player showing up with this Faust, ready to try to go into winners semifinals already. And I see players have both of the players have kind of stepped off the setup. Maybe there's some kind of issue they're facing over
here. The overlay software I'm using is kind of glitching out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use a more reasonable or like agreeable, something that works better.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. In the meantime, to just make sure in case you've just missed it, Rough Player is in the middle of a set as Badur tries to get the overlay sorted out. But he's in the middle of a set with Noob Master. with his Faust against Noobmaster's Happy Chaos, winning the first game already. And it was a pretty good win, really. Like, a lot of pretty good play. His usage of drills was really, really on point. His control around the items, right where it needed to be. And most importantly, not allowing himself to get caught up in too many bullet storms.
It was 1-0 for rough player, right?
Yes, that was the first game's result. All right, looks like we're good to go again. So
yeah,
we
so
are
it's
on
1-0
game
for
2.
rough player, right?
We're rough player, yes.
Yeah.
We're rough player and that
on the right
Faust.
side.
Sir. Here we go.
Duel 1.
What adjustments does Noobmaster have for this? Because you would have anticipated fighting a million characters before running into Faust over here. Attempt to open the door on the other side, but there was already a bunch of junk waiting for him, anticipatory from Noobmaster. Doesn't get quite the luck with the first item, bomb on the second one. Nice 6p anti-air though. He was trying to kind of force his way into the trumpet zone, and he's forced to take a bit of pressure. Mini Faust plus trumpets. Oh, there's the punish with the Scarecrow. Punish on the Scarecrow, rather. Noobmaster really staying aware this time, staying alert, not letting rough player gain the type of advantage that he was getting before. It wasn't dealing with the drill too well last time. Now potentially just staying out of its range entirely. The 6H nailing him out of the air. Just air dashes almost in slow motion right into that anti-air. Laid pressure there, successful by Noobmaster, but still not enough of a conversion. Opportunity here with the RC. He's going to potentially gain a good bit of momentum here, but a lot of meter on Noobmaster's side. That's 50% of it spent. Gets underneath, opportunity here. But no meter there, but he manages to drift just enough to stay safe, but doesn't manage to quite keep up his momentum. Rough player almost with a very impressive comeback there. A few jumping P's just to kind of drop him right back to the ground. Launches the bomb over there, but Noobmaster just staying alert. Not even accepting the chip damage there. 6H not landing that time. Noobmaster anticipating it and getting around it for the first time in the set. Concentration up. Ooh, but no respect there for the pressure, and the meteors are coming down. And just to block the dust, though, presence of mind by Noobmaster. Really calm play. Stuff baited something there and managed to hit him with a little mini Faust army. 6p right there on the ground. Sage lands and the fish hook, and that's going to be good damage to end this round. Rough player really just no big hits, but just solid control. Getting as many hits as he can whenever he's able to. Just squeezing out damage from every opening that he can without really maintaining too big of an advantage over here. Air throw really crucial to avoid the anvil. Oh, the good old Hanabi burst from the old days, or Domi burst, as some people might know it as. He did not really get as big of a punish for it as you would have anticipated. A bit of backdrift there to stay safe. Oh, good reaction there. Seeing the bag coming down, getting underneath it, getting the punish. YRC, rough player, gets YRC'd right back. Against here with the 2K. Oh, the dust misses, but no whip punish, and there's the gunshot. See, I think that's the big adjustment that Noobmaster... Yeah, that's 1-1. And I think Noobmaster, what he's been doing well is that there are a lot of situations where he would approach and a rough player would set up jumping into drill immediately to kind of cut the approach angle. But he has been throwing gunshots in those situations instead, kind of backing off and shooting. And that has been really crucial, I think, in potentially turning the momentum around.
Oh,
what? This is... Okay. This could get messy. This could get very messy. Both characters are very resource dependent. Jacko has gotten buffs to how accessible her resources are.
Yeah.
How much that can help in here is what remains to be seen.
It's funny because like one's a zoning monster, one's a pressure monster.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
you know, and each of them really hates what the other does. So you can see the first bit of momentum mattering a lot, and Rough Player is the one who's trying to force it now. His pressure was not tight enough, and Noob Master going to get that knockdown here with the super and potentially load up to get this next round rolling.
Oh, just
Really
out of
tense
range.
start of the round. Yeah, just barely. Oh, really big YRC there. Really did not want to deal with that pressure. Great movement to at least get himself out of the corner. Oh, but he gets clipped trying to anti-air. Conversion not big enough and no meter to help it there for Rough Player. Oh, he just ran up and threw anyway. Oh, this is really tense over here. We're down to below 50 seconds in a strive round. What was that gold burst? Oh my goodness. That was potentially just a panic decision there by Rough Player. Wanted meter in any way, and really, Noob Master had not really shown that he was doing that kind of chase. Might have been a misinput in how he actually did it, but it cost him the round. Another good start here for Rough Player, getting over 50% life lead. Hopefully just not letting that mistake play on his mind too much. This is the minion over there, gets going. Oh wow, just runs in and throws. Like, you know, yeah, you think you're gonna be able to run up and hit a button here, but no. Concentration running a bit low over here. Again, Rough Player has really been the one dictating the pace of this third game. All the way through, and he's got the meter now, and he's not really necessarily pushing Jacko's minion strength, but he's just playing. Pressuring where he needs to, putting in a couple throws, a lot of single hits. Nothing too complex here by Rough Player, and I kind of like it, to be honest. Doing it simple, doesn't want to deal. Getting red underneath there, stopping the approach. Rough Player, yeah, he's got to get through all of this, but there's the opportunity for him again, but there was the punish.
Oh, just in range.
Crucial moments here. Both players, concentration loaded up, and there's the bullet. No, he's going to be patient enough to be able to get in here. Rough Player, higher situation for him.
Oh,
there's a hit.
No.
Oh, he had he RC'd but didn't block. Still gets the knockdown. This is still doable. And he got shot under. There's the opportunity. No drop, but he manages to nail him as Noob Master tried to escape. Did not watch his own ankles there. Got clipped at 2-1 to Rough Player. Oh my goodness. I'm shaking a bit over here. And Noob Master is just right back in there. If there's one thing I've really liked about his play all day, is that he has not allowed anything to phase him. He already had one of the biggest comebacks of the day in his win against Hikami as it was. So you'll know that he's feeling himself in any set to be able to get through.
Mankind knew that
But he'll really need to be able to dictate the pace a little better. Really, in most of the play against Rough Player's Jacko so far, he has been more passive, but look at this now. Really opening up more aggressively, taking the first bit of momentum. But again, really, those boxed-in situations have not gone well for Noob Master so far. Loads up again on some minion power, wants to get that going. Rough Player has been kind of doing things maybe a little bit where he anticipates a certain situation happening rather than seeing it on screen. And that might explain the gold burst and that throw out of nowhere that happened back there. But it's been working for him, so whatever is not broken. Minion on screen. There's the big counter hit. Can he carry this all the way to a wall break and take the round? Indeed, he does. Could have complicated it just a teeny bit, but it was enough. There again. Now, Noobmaster has opened in a very similar style for both of these past rounds, but he's still the one facing being dropped into the loser's side. What a response that is right now so far. Still perfect on this round. Gets the hard knockdown. What comes next? Goes to the other side and perfect to take that round and keep his hopes alive. Oh, okay. What a response there by Rough Player. Anticipating that Noobmaster would make the same round start again. Catches him. Again. Those delays really messing with Noobmaster's momentum here. Really good blocking. Really good patience by Rough Player. But he gets thrown into the corner. Oh. Oh. Did that catch? It did! That is Noobmaster on his last legs. Anything that lands now, and there's the burst, but no punish on it. Noobmaster had the meter, did not use any of it to augment the pressure, and Rough Player takes it 3-1. Wow. We just keep getting players that we did not really know much about before. We're really staking their claims here in this tournament. Noobmaster already with his win against Hikami, only to have the situation flipped on him with a loss to Rough Player with a score of 3-1. Of course, we did have the third round of losers matches kind of being played off stream, in the interest of time, efficiency, all that good stuff. And that's still ongoing at the moment.
Yeah. Next up we got Noor and Chris O'Brien.
Noor versus Cobb over here. Now, Cobb most likely going to be playing none other than Nagoriyuki. Of course, he probably still has Kai somewhere in that pocket. That was the character he played throughout all of Exerd. Noor, the higher seeded threat in this tournament. Wait, doesn't he play Nago as well?
Yes, it might be a Nago mirror.
Oh goodness. See, I'm anticipating seeing if either of them blood bursts and the other gets a full punish. Oh god, like that's a level of damage I don't think we're ready to see. Nago did get a couple of nerfs elsewhere to his kit, in terms of his 2S having longer recovery now. Really, I mean, he still does what he does. It's just that he carries a higher level of inherent risk while actually doing it. And I think that's something that Nagoriyuki players have kind of had to really adjust to. Gotta wonder if Chris might prefer to go with Kai and kind of try to utilize his knowledge of the character and reverse engineer it against Noor, perhaps, rather than try to go for a mirror match. And again, you never know. I mean, yeah, Hikami tried to avoid the mirror match earlier and ended up instead with a rusty soul that was just not ready to handle the matchup. So you never know.
Yeah.
What was the next game again in the lineup? the tournament lineup?
Sure. Let me put it on stream. So the next game is gonna be Blades Blue Central Fiction. That's gonna be sorry.
Ooh.
That's next weekend. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought you meant like what's the next tournament? But
No.
yeah, may as well. Yeah.
Actually, that was my question. So yeah, no, that's
okay.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, because maybe because you were already talking about the game. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So and that should be it for January. We usually do a poll at the end of the month to determine which games are played. The month after.
And I gather that Blaze Blue has been a pretty popular pick. I remember it's had quite a few rounds by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Blaze
pretty
Blue,
cool. Just
Plus R, and yeah, generally.
that is pretty cool. Yeah, it's just like I still remember you guys even ran stuff like Akatsuki Blitzkampf.
Yeah,
Voting, which is just...
we played Akatsuki, we ran CVS2, we ran
oh man,
Melty's pretty popular too, TL. It got picked a few times. Plus R, we ran Skullgirls, we ran
Skullgirls.
VF4, we ran
VF4, really?
Street 5. Yeah. Final tuned, yeah, on Fightcade. And we ran Neo Turf Masters.
A real man's game, right there.
Yeah.
Neo Turf Masters,
Yeah.
It
It was.
You guys, if you're watching,
Yeah. It was planned as a single elim tournament because golf games take so long. That's actually how they run the tournaments for Neo Turf Masters. They run them as first
okay.
one, single elim, because you have to play 18 balls. So, yeah.
You actually have to play a full 18-hole course.
If you play match play, if you have like a lead, because it's the way that works is anyways, let's just get back to the game.
Yeah, no, it's because
so Pot, okay.
Noor has just hopped in with Potemkin. Now, the Potemkin got some buffs. He got a hammerfall that activates its frames faster. He got bigger normals. And he got a faster flick, among the notable things that the character got. We don't know how much that's going to affect his ability to get in on Nagoriyuki, but as we know from Potemkin, really, he's a character that really only needs to get in once. Speaking of getting in, Hob now really just working that pressure. Getting that first opening successfully. Oh, there's the hammerfall. Out of the impact. What's the mix-up here? Immediate burst out. Doesn't want to deal with it. We never really want to deal with that. Lonan gets in right behind it. Really good stuff by Cobb to take that first round. So, in a surprise, it's Noor who avoided the mirror match by going to Potemkin. Mind games really early on, but so far it hasn't paid off for him. Yeah, Potemkin, even his double jump is never really going to be fast enough to escape Nago's 2H. So his ways of getting in are going to be pretty limited. Got the impact all day. He's taking all that chip damage. All that. Does he do it again? Chris not letting that affect him. Still. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Get the OTG.
Oh, that could be huge. There's the pressure, though. He waited. Delayed close slash to close out that round. Dude getting his hits where it mattered. And 20% of that round was blocked out of the impacts. There's the throw. He goes in and throws Potemkin. What a brave man. Gets the wall break. Wow, that time the 2H being more in anticipation. That time it worked out, but that previous one might be a tell for Noor. Oh, what? Right into the super? It's going to be pretty damaging. Very little scaling on this, but Potemkin is a big boy. He'll be able to take that. Chris just going for it here. Delayed close slash after the RC. That's him game 1 against Noor here. Now, it is best 3 out of 5, so Noor still has time to consider whether he wants to go back on the choice of Potemkin. Because other than getting in and trolling with some consecutive Garda impacts, that neutral looked pretty rough.
Oh, Soul. Okay.
Soul. Intriguing. So, one thing we know at this point, Noor does not want the mirror match. He's avoiding it at all costs.
Duel 1.
Immediate far slash opener, tried to go for it again. Cobb has looked pretty ready so far, but a lot of those 2Hs are being thrown a little bit in advance. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That is pain. He went right after him. He still got a lot of meter here. Cobb went for an air throw. Oh, goodness. There is no meter on Noor's side to do anything about this. Another round goes Cobb's way. Punishes the vortex over here, drops him to the ground. Opportunity for Cobb to try to run some pressure here. Another anticipatory 2H that Noor has not really done much about. He is not reading those back at this moment. A vortex on there and a combo might start messing with the neutral in his favor. There's the opportunity. There's the hit he needed. We wanted to get a bigger hit to mess with the wall values. Important PRC. That was Noor for the first time showing life on those 2Hs. Oh, that was big. And he went for another Volcanic Viper. He has not had much success with those. Gun Flames trying to use that reduced recovery. Oh, the bounced off the wall, and Noor not well placed. The situation manages to work out for him in a throw out of a scramble, but Noor still not quite in control here. There might be a slight momentum shift happening. 2H hit a little too early by Cobb. They have definitely been tossed out at will throughout this set. Immediate burst! Oh, it doesn't quite get the Volcanic Viper right to be able to get that clean hit. Oh, delayed on those plus frames, and there's the opportunity. Tyrant Rave to tie up the score. 1-1. That was much better. That pressure there by Noor, and really just not allowing Chris the time to put out the big Nago buttons. And once he was in, it was really showing that Cobb maybe isn't quite ready to handle this pressure. Still, early in the set, 1-1.
Duel 1.
Immediate opener with 5k into spin. There it is, counter hitting with 2S. That move did get nerfs, but it's still a pretty good normal.
It's I think it's only a nerf on with, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so if it hits so it's blocked, you know. Anyways, yeah.
That is a good punish, and if he can keep this going, quite.
Ooh, it's almost shaved his chin.
Oh my goodness. Noor, you are seeing he's playing with almost reckless abandon now. He is feeling his game plan. He is seeing the belief in it, and it's really been paying off. A Volcanic Viper landing this time. He had not had much success with those on defense. Again, Chris, opportunity here. Oh, what happened there?
That was the simple. I think that was a misinput.
And that is a lot of damage to take in retaliation for a missed input.
Oh, nice use of Smart using DP to take out the RC option.
And there it is. There's the pressure. Catches him low. Throw unsuccessful. Oh, there's a block on the burst, but no capitalization by Chris. And so many Volcanic Vipers being thrown out. Oh god, that's blood. That's blood. That's it. It's over.
2-1. The drop was unfortunate.
It was huge. It really defined that whole round. He was about to just comfortably take a round, keep himself in it. Instead, he's now down 2-1. And I think maybe like he might be a little bit bothered by how many DPs he's taken since Noor has really started turning it around. Some players don't respond in the best way to seeing their opponent kind of taking some liberties, and it's understandable, but that's the challenge Chris is facing right now. Whoa! That's the opener, but an immediate burst there by Noor to keep himself well within this round, and this is where he has excelled. Disrespecting the far S option. No punish on the DP. He really needs to get those back on point. There it is. That's what he's needed to do. That's going to matter. Gets himself the positive advantage. Now he knows that Noor has meter to mess with. Flame was the option chosen by Noor. Still, good blocks. Stays patient. 2 H's have almost disappeared from Chris's game plan after they were such a staple against Potemkin, and Noor has really forced that. But Chris now trying to stay more patient, going more for more grounded normals. There it is, successful. Sure into spin, anticipating that Noor would move. Gets the knockdown. Shearing after clone. Tries not to keep it going for too long. Already built up a couple levels, almost a couple levels of blood. There it is, 2 levels built. Now this is where immediately he manages to recover with the blood that he hit on those sword normals. Great anticipation with that 5H. 5H really becoming his go-to neutral normal. But a mistake there in his attempt to anti-air. Noor trying to pressure. Oh, he waited. He waited. That is the look of a confident man right there with how he went after that 2P. Almost baited the burst there. He was. I think that could have been an RC that he just did not input correctly. Oh, wow. No. You don't just do that. You do not just do that and just run up all the way from the end of the universe and throw like that. He is seeing it. He is seeing a lot of those 5Hs being thrown. Perhaps not without enough of a plan behind them. And now, Noor is the one staring the set point. Really wants to just capitalize on. Oh, but he's the one trapped in the corner this time. We haven't had this in a while. 5K to keep the space. Haven't seen enough of those from Chris. Needs to kind of rely on some quicker normals to really force the issue, rather than let his slow normals rock and get put in situations like this. Big RC, but the second Viper doesn't quite hit. Immediately goes into super to take out the burst option from Noor's hands. Can he finish this? Chris still pretty passive over here. There's the Gunflame landing. That could be it. Baited the burst there. There it goes. 3-1 to Noor is the score. And really, more than anything, that was a win built on some good old-fashioned guts. That was just some absolutely brave play. Really bordered on outright disrespectful from Noor in the best way possible. Trust me, I'm not trying to paint this as a negative. They really looked at it and thought, you know what? I'm just going to play like this. This is my plan. I'm just going to follow it. I'm going to throw all these DPs on. I'm going to make all these risky plays, and I'm sure that I have what it takes to carry it all the way through to the end. And, well, he turned out to be right. And his prize is going to be facing Punisher in winter semis. Now, some results have come in from the loser's side. Azzam eliminating Hujair with a dominant 3-0 win. Noob Master and Big Boss, I think, are still at it. Cobb is going to get to play Alkhabbaz. Yukonii, whoa, Yukonii. Bridget eliminating Sensei 3-0.
Yeah.
Wow, that... Yukonii really just kind of like... He's done really well, honestly speaking, just with how far he's managed to push through this this bracket so far. He got MZA really early on, and since then, he has been on a tear through this loser's bracket, has not dropped any games in the 2 sets he's played there, and is waiting for the winner of Cobb and Alkhabbaz at this point in time. Okay, so we're getting one of the winner semis next up here, or?
Yeah. MZA versus rough player.
All right, that'll be interesting. If it's gonna be Testament versus either Faust or Jacko.
Yeah.
And it seems, generally speaking, that MZA has been playing. He's played full Testament as far as we've seen him today. No sign of Eno anywhere. All right. There's Rough Player. His way for Yusuf Mirza, aka MZA, to hop in here and get this winner's semis set underway. Already these players have guaranteed themselves a place in the top 6 at this point, and winning cuts that down to putting them within top 3 guaranteed.
Okay. Seems both players are in the lobby.
All right. Go MZA. He's still the top seed. He hasn't really dropped a game yet.
Nope.
It's been a pretty good tournament for him so far. Punisher, on the other hand, the second seed, has had to go through a bit rougher times. He had to win 3-2 in his last set, and he's got Noor coming up next. Here we go. MZA, he's gone to Eno. He's decided not to stick with Testament this time around. Potentially looking to Eno's mobility, which has been enhanced recently, and her testing whether Rough Player has what it takes to deal with her offense, and immediately asking the questions over here. You have what it takes to deal with this. 6B immediately dropping the drill out of the air. He was watching. He knows what's going on. Stroke the big tree right underneath. Successful low wall break, and it is looking already really rough for Rough Player here. Tried to set up an item. It's perfected by getting clipped with that Chemical Love. Really strong start by MZA here. Alright. Player gets his first hit. Immediate burst by MZA. Okay. Good profit to immediately get that burst. But what comes next? It's a big counter hit, but nothing following from that. The drill is going to be able to put him in the corner. Doesn't quite manage to capitalize with anything there. There it is. There goes the Eno pressure. Where do you block? Tried to interrupt in between, stroke the big tree. The slash version going really fast and interrupting any attempt there. And just like that, MZA, Game 1. Well, Rough Player, last set out, switched to Jacko. Gotta wonder if that's still on the table, but doesn't solve the core problem he's facing right now in terms of what he's been dealing with against MZA here. That oppressive
Oh.
off. What? Okay. Well, now there is a character that has the mobility and the options to deal with what Eno has. It's got to be Chip, but does Rough Player have what it takes to pilot Chip through what MZA's got?
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Here goes game 2. Immediately Air 2Ks his way into trouble, but there it is. Going for really pushing Chip's speed. This is what he needs to do, but he gets a little too reckless there. Wasn't quite on point with his confirm. Instead, he's knocked down for his troubles. Oh, and there. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Yep, Chip's health not built for dealing with these kinds of situations. That's gonna be the thing for Rough Player, is that any mistake he makes is suddenly amplified.
Oh boy.
There it is. Safe jump all day long. You know MZA is going to have those on deck. Tries to reset the pressure over here. Player already, yeah. Oh, no bait on that burst, but MZA is going to take that all day. There's the conversion. Nice and slow. Oh, maybe a little too nice and slow. There it is. Anticipated something with that 6P. Still, though, Rough Player, wow, that went by in a flash. Rough Player, I mean, he showed...
Chip matches, you know.
Yeah, generally. He showed something right there in the beginning that, like, you could see the concept of what he wanted to do, but he just did not have enough of it. One mistake by going into Rekka into overhead and basically set the tone for the rest of the game. He's sticking it out. He thinks this might be his best option. As we go into game 3, MZA on the verge of making it to yet another winners finals in the Fighters GCC Guilty Gear Strive tournaments. Immediate burst. Doesn't want to deal with this. He's shown that he's not particularly prepared to deal with this level of pressure. There we go, right back online, and there, another opportunity for MZA to just, even with combos that aren't necessarily super optimal, just look at how much damage Chip takes, and already set point for MZA.
Oh, goes on underneath. Okay. Okay.
Goodness, he anticipated something there, and he was right. DP, really, I mean, MZA is at the point where he might as well just take those. Oh, all right. Successful command grab again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not quite, doesn't manage. And Rough Player is a little bit out of control here, but it's worked so far this round. Oh, there it is, burst bait.
That should be it.
GG. It was a valiant effort in that last round, but really, MZA was just too strong, too assured.
He didn't get that wall break, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a pretty big turning point. Still, it was an effort. He tried. He had an idea, but MZA was just too far ahead, and puts himself into winners finals. He guarantees he's in top 3, and Rough Player still, on the loser side, can still try to push for better placing.
Yeah. So next up, we got Noor versus Punisher.
Oh, that should be interesting over here. Punisher, a player really known for patience and solid play with his Giovanna. And what we saw from Noor earlier, he doesn't necessarily respect that or subscribe to it. He will push his plan right up in your face time and time again. And we'll see just how prepared he is to deal with Punisher over here. They are the 2nd and 3rd seed, so you can't really call this match too easily. And as you mentioned before this tournament started, Noor has been getting increasingly improved placements as the tournaments have gone on. Pardon me. Alright, looks like Punisher's already here. On time. Oh man, the hype, the very very fast transition to the other winner's semifinal set. Punisher Giovanna, Noor Nagoriyuki, which we did not get to see the last set he played in his match against Cobb. Here we go. Yep, as expected. Noor is the one immediately pushing the buttons. Punisher is the one waiting to see what happens, and he's the one already cornered in this situation. Has to burst just to survive here. He gets spin, no attempt at a command grab. Noor waiting, and he's still throwing out a lot of sword normals to keep that blood level tight, but he didn't have to really worry about that. Perfect? It did not necessarily feel like one, but wow, what an opener here from Noor.
I mean, Nago perfecting is not, you know, it's pretty natural for the character too. So.
It is. It's just when the pressure paused, I thought Gio might have gotten a chance here, but there, Punisher opportunity, but no, too far for the 5K, and he's anticipating Noor hitting buttons to fall into that 5K, and it's not happening. Opportunity there again. The hits have just not been telling. Opportunity there on that attempted gold burst. Still nothing going here for Punisher. Oh wow, that was a filthy attempt at just going over with a BRC, but Punisher's reactions on point. Stay alive. It's the pressure, nice and easy. Oh, there's the hit, but not quite the hit that can really much work for him. Again, pretty basic pressure over here. Tries to build up a bit of risk. Oh, there it is. Gets the successful cross up. Ooh. Blocks there by Noor, showing his patient side that it's there when he needs it, and chasing with those 5Hs all day long.
Oh, the gold burst.
Oh, that could be huge. That could be huge.
Oh, wow, the 5-piece. The wall break.
Goodness. All of that just to wait for Noor's burst to happen. Noor is like, just take the round, man. I'm not giving you this. Got another gold burst get to go. Now, never mind. Decides to do a defensive burst over here. That was necessary. Big whiff punish on Noor's 5K. Punisher trying to push the advantage. There's the super. He'll get a very crucial knockdown over here. Punisher finally really bearing his fangs in this match. Waited for Noor to try something. It never came, though. There it is. Opportunity for Noor to reverse the momentum. Made it dash up 5K. Punisher kind of shifting his timings just enough. Oh, what a conversion. Wow, what a way to end that game. That is clutch right there. Eating that perfect, being under pressure for so long, and then coming out of that the way he did with that good of a conversion and one that makes it so hard to burst, that was just exceptional by Punisher. He goes up 1-0.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
2, and this time Punisher is the one going in. Oh, great 6P reacting to Giovanna's Trovao, being able to really stop it right there. Gain the advantage to put her in the corner, but big burst there by Punisher. Doesn't want to deal with any more of this. He chases after the backdash. Not quite catching it, but still trying to keep up some momentum. Looking for his opportunity. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
very
nice.
successful drop. Oh. And so far, really, Punisher's best moments have been when he kind of flips the script and starts making riskier decisions that Noor isn't potentially expecting. Oh, great whiff punish there. Oh, just pause the situation just enough to make Noor think that there was pressure coming. Instead, he just resets into a dash throw. Really smart play by Punisher. Oh, that's a big counter hit, and immediately Noor having none of that. Really important burst. Just in range to catch that before it became active. Noor still struggling to maintain momentum here. Punisher just kind of deciding not to be passive, just to play faster and not allow Nagoriyuki the chance. And you can see here with that blood, all that damage he's taking now, as opposed to what it would have been like before. Just like that, Punisher, after having his back against the wall for much of the first game, is now up 2-0. Could Noor potentially reach into his deep pocket of characters over here and throw out a surprise? Oh, he's sticking with Nago, and I applaud that. I don't think the issue has really been with the character or the game plan. It's just really been what's been happening in the crucial moments of the match. Again, see, Punisher, he's decided to stop being passive completely at round start, and I think really that's been the what sets the tone for what's happened these past couple of games. Immediately, as soon as the pressure stops, he just throws in a 5k somewhere, anticipating that Noor is not going to keep his pressure too tight and wanting Punisher to remain more passive. And what a big counter that is. With the super on deck, this is probably the round over here. Definitely in this case now. Punisher just like that, en route to meeting up with MZA in Winners Finals. Oh, no. Punisher styling now, showing off how different Giovanna is with how everything she's gotten over multiple patches by this point. What a bait. Punisher, and he's got positive. Oh, that could have been the match right there. That was a survival burst, absolutely, for Noor. Be successful, but still not nearly enough profit here. Immediately Arcsys, he's trying to do some pressure with those close slashes, but Punisher not biting. It's a nice and simple. There's the counter hit, and if Punisher has what it... No, not quite, but still. Cross up once, twice. This is the negative frames. Noor surviving on nothing but scraps. Oh, that was huge. And he gets thrown as punishment for what he missed and loses the set, dropping into the loser's side. Punisher advances to Winners Finals. Oh, that was quite the opposite, I think, of what it was looking like from the beginning. Punisher, known to be more passive, kind of looked at it and said, you know what, this is what he expects me to do. If I just play a bit quicker, it's going to completely throw his timing off, and it threw it off long enough for 3 whole games that he was able to really nail that win. Really good stuff. I love that adjustment from him. Looking over at the other side of the bracket, Big Boss has eliminated both Raconium and Noob Master. So he's got a match with Azzam coming up next. Whereas Alkhabbaz has eliminated Cobb. So he is going up against Bridget main Yukonii. The winner of that is going to face Rough Player, whereas the winner of Big Boss versus Azzam goes up against Noor. And with the different character picks, matchups, everything that we've seen from all of these players so far, you just really don't know what to expect. And sadly for the Happy Chaos Army, all of their journeys have ended in this tournament after the jump scare that they gave us right in the beginning of this tournament between Hikami and Noob Master. Unfortunately, none of them have managed to make it into the latter rounds of this tournament. We've definitely gotten a bit of everything so far today. Definitely a lot of character variety, a lot of one-sided sets, a lot of close sets, a lot of big call-outs, a lot of fun combos. We've seen some pretty good stuff so far. But then again, par for the course. Fighters GCC tournaments. Right, so Big Boss versus Azzam is going to be off stream. Our next match then up here will be...
It's Winners Finals. We'll do Winners Finals.
Winners Finals is what we have next. Do MZA versus Punisher. What's it looked like recently between these two? And since MZA has won, has won twice recently, I would assume.
Punisher, I think sometimes doesn't join the tournament so often.
Ah.
You know, we only done these 3 times. So yeah.
All right. Well, that's the good. So that's good. It means we don't
I'm
particularly
gonna
have a
be
clear
a bit
idea.
off 3. I'm gonna be BRB, but if the match, you know, starts, you can just.
All right. All good. Will do. So we're just waiting for Punisher to hop in. Really, when I think about this, it looks like, I mean, assuming there's no weird glitching or anything that I'm not aware of, that looks like MZA has locked in Eno for the set against Punisher. And I can kind of see the logic in the sense that Giovanna is such a quick character, probably more capable of dealing with what Testament has in terms of zoning ability, rather than kind of taking it with Eno, looking to get that impressive offense working. Potentially also using Eno's recent changes to her movement, her hover dash, all sorts of things that she's gained recently. I see Punisher is ready, or rather he's in the room. We're just waiting for him to step up to the setup and get us underway. All right, here we go. Winners finals, everybody. And we're continuing to force. Every set is still best 3 out of 5. MZA Eno, Punisher, Giovanna. Game 1.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
MZA immediately starts with Stroke the Big Tree, anticipating a poke like a 5H or something. Punisher with the call out of jumping over instead. But his offense immediately gets interrupted by MZA. Notes placed. Not opened up low. Punisher had started blocking, but he didn't want to deal with more of the pressure. Sometimes against Eno, that's just what you gotta do. Blocks a lot over here. Oh, there's a big 6P by MZA. Continuing the pressure over here. Has Punisher in the corner.
Oh.
No big hits, but there's the throw. OTG, and that's it for round 1. Apart from just the opening exchange, really, MZA with a pretty dominant first round. Oh, really nice 6P, anticipating that sultry performance. Really good stuff, the anti-airs, but again, this time the momentum quickly gets flipped. For sure, with a chance to start getting someone's own. Ooh! That is gonna be a hard knockdown wall break with some pretty good damage for Punisher. What's the mix-up gonna be? And some delays, 2D, spiral arrows, MZA not biting on any of that, but there's the 6P, and he kept the RC behind it just in case MZA managed to bait it somehow. A really smart play by Punisher to keep his bases covered and take the second round. But there's the combo into the 6H to put Punisher in the corner. This is where MZA's Eno thrives. Gets that big wall break with pretty little scaling on that second hit. Big damage. Just one more opening maybe for MZA to finish it. Good defense by Punisher, and he's out of the corner. Doesn't block that dive kick though. Really good opener there by MZA. Punisher now no longer has burst, and he's just going to go straight to super. He wants the hard knockdown. He was close enough to the wall. Either way, chance for him to keep resetting. Meter advantage for MZA. Oh, he gets caught! He waited for something there, did Punisher, and he gets caught low. There's really only so much you can do. Surviving so many situations against MZA. Nail-biting first game goes 1-0 to MZA. Just really what you would anticipate from two of the top players in the region going up against each other. We'll see what kind of adjustments we're going to have. It's really gone about as well as it could for either of them, to be honest. A lot of really smart plays, a lot of really smart decisions from neutral to offense to defense. Look at that right there. He's anticipating the dives, getting it with Giovanna's DP, which is really at its best against aerial attacks and manages to give her pretty big stuff on counters. Look at that patience by Punisher, waiting for his opportunity to close the gap. There it is, big counter hit. He's going to be able to take all the way to the corner and has the super. And yes, that Giovanna hulks out and takes out that first round. Just like that. And Punisher starting a bit more passively here, waiting. Oh, that 5K. There was another one right behind it. MZA was ready for it. Punisher was perhaps thinking MZA had a burst or missing some form of input there. He did the 2K, anticipating Stroke the Big Tree to be coming at him. Here by Punisher, gets the knockdown that he needed. You know, not a character with great defensive options, but now meter to mess with, maybe for a mix-up. Knockdown situation. Punisher escaping. Again, he's been pretty good about surviving these so far. Oh, he gets out of the command grab attempt, but he didn't get his punish right on that super and ends up paying for it with the round. Fortunate and uncharacteristic mistake for Punisher, costing him the ability to potentially tie up the score over here. That might have affected him more than we think. Takes a pretty big hit here in the corner, gets a wall splat reset, and MZA is just really going for keeping the wall over here. Doesn't want to lose it, and now just march. Wow, how did that scale so much? Punisher blocking the dust, gets a plus frames. MZA still has his burst, and Punisher will have to watch for that. He only has one RC to mess with, and there it is, but his pressure not nearly tight enough, and MZA manages to just slowly land down, throw him out of whatever approach he was attempting, and just like that, MZA is up 2-0. Of a heartbreaker for Punisher, really, especially on that missed super. That was just something that he'll have to shake off pretty quick in this winner's final set. Needs to win 3 straight over here. You can see by the online levels just how much time these guys put into the game. Evades the first note, does Punisher, gets the 2D, immediately OTDs to try to reset the situation, wants to start pushing for the corner. Oh, what a move there by MZA. Big counter hit, really solid damage, but the knockdown not quite enough for him to mess with. Has a note on him, catches him low. That's been his more successful option so far. RC looks for the burst, find it. MZA not willing to bank on it yet. Advantage rolling here, is going to have 50 meters soon. Oh. And then there it is, debate the burst, the hero burst of all things. Take that first round, really huge win here for Punisher. That could be the momentum he needs to start making it back into the set. He anticipated the low this time and instead got caught with a throw. MZ, you can see, just as cool as you like, not letting anything that happened at the end of that first round is him whatsoever. Really strong second round opening. Good blocks there by Punisher, not letting the reset after the dive kick fool him. There's the anti-air, that's big. Oh, but doesn't quite manage to get it. Maybe the lightweight messing with him. Oh, a couple of backdashes into a BRC just to stay safe. Oh, he anticipated some kind of approach there. Never came. Still potential for Punisher. There's the hit he needed. Still, he doesn't have the resources. Didn't quite have the hit that he needed to get something more out of this. And what presence of mind off that dive by MZA to be able to close out that round. And now he is at set point. That was such a split second confirm. MZA, really good stuff. Punisher goes in, he knows he's minus there, has to reset the situation. Oh, he's making bigger reads now. It's not a good sign for him. There's a note. Can he manage to survive this? Oh, wow, the disrespect after the BRC. Went for a quick RC to the 2D, but really MZA has not been biting on those sweeps all day. No, is that it? And the dust Punisher not alert to that option, gets caught by it, and that is going to do it. 3-0 for MZA, going for a third win in a row in these Fighters GCC tournaments. You can really point to that missed Super Punish by Punisher as the moment where the set kind of started escaping him. The decisions kind of were not his usual kind of thing. And MZA just so assured of everything he does, just 100% confidence behind every decision. That leaves us with just MZA left on the winner's side of this tournament. On the other hand, the Sharks have been slowly slaying each other on the other side of the bracket, with Big Boss eliminating Azzam 3-0, Alkhabbaz eliminating Yukonii, who had such a good run up to this point, not dropping a game in the loser's side up to that set, but ends up losing to Alkhabbaz, will now go on to face Rough Player. Whereas Noor gets to fight Big Boss.
Yeah, Big Boss or Fahad 7-7. No, 7-7.
Yeah, Fahad 77, as you might see him in the challenge bracket. He's not someone who we necessarily knew much about before this tournament, but he'll be one to watch out for in future events. He's done really well.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the players he took out Noob Master 3-0. I guess Noor versus Fahad is what we have next?
Yes.
Alright.
I don't know why Punisher is in the room.
Yeah, Punisher... yeah, sorry, Abdulrahman. Something happening with the kick function, or
no? I'm just okay. I'll just do that. Because I don't know. Sometimes in some games, if you kick at someone, they the game thinks that like, oh, you don't want this person to join the room anytime soon. So I don't know.
Oh, so it could
sometimes,
yeah,
but I don't think they do that with this game. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, making another room is not too big of a deal. But I don't think we'll need to. All right. Well, Big Boss versus Noor. Now, Big Boss started with Ramlethal in his first set, but it looks like he's locked in Nagoriyuki, and it looks like the matchup that Noor avoided like the plague when he played against Cobb is the one he gets now for his troubles in his attempts to make top 4 in this tournament. So it's Big Boss with the green Nago versus Noor's PlayStation color Nago. And Big Boss with a strong opening here, but his blood is really amped up right now, so his special move selection is going to have to be really limited.
Oh, okay.
He's gone for it. He's gone for spin of all things. That move ramps up blood like crazy, and all of a sudden, oh, wow. All right, this opening round can be consigned to history over here. Like, wow. Both of them blood bursting. And I think Noor at least was trying to just end the round off of his punish, but since he dropped it, it just never materialized.
Oh,
This is
what
a
a back
single
dash.
round. That was pretty well done by Big Boss, and now he's got all the momentum rolling in his favor. It's a sweep. Although, no big hits in this round, all until that happened. Oh, still, he's going to have to watch what he does here, and he gets called out as Big Boss tries to reverse the corner positioning, but gets burst. Blocked by Big Boss. Good patience. Good conversion here. He's going to be able to take all the way into the corner.
Oh, good tech.
Went for the throw. And there it is. Counter hit conversion by Big Boss to end this first game. 1-0. Well now, Big Boss. Just messing with everyone's expectations. I don't know if he's been playing everybody online, so they might be more aware of him than I am at the moment with how far away I've been from the action, but he's been looking pretty good. Game 2. Big Boss up 1-0. Immediately went for the spin. It's a gold burst. Noor has been on
no,
about those.
couldn't punish.
Ooh. And the punish just completely escapes him, does Noor there. And he's taking so much damage for that drop punish. He's trying really to stagger the pressure. Did he hit a button? Oh, there it is. Noor decides to stay patient that time and manages to really profit off of it, and he's going to be able to get a hard knockdown, augment the advantage that he's slowly clawing back in this first round. Goes in. Good pressure happening over here, but Big Boss not biting on any of it. Gets caught low trying to move. No conversion. Oh, there it is. There it is. That trade being just enough for Noor to convert off of. Again now, Noor is dropped into the corner, and look at those relentless close slashes by Big Boss, just going in, wanting immediate revenge. Oh, no.
Oh, could have
You
get
don't just approach
the...
him. Crucial bite for Noor to get his blood levels working out again. That was important by Big Boss. But that's a couple of wake-up supers now, so Noor is going to know that that's on the table. Gets a crucial wall break. Noor potentially about to tie this up. Wow. Some of the exchanges we've had in this match so far, but look at Big Boss going in.
Oh, just out of range.
Misses. Wow, that was just out of reach, and Noor seems to have found a certain sweet spot for where to fight, where he's looking at what Big Boss is doing and what he's calling with, and it's working and keeping him at just the right range for his plan to work. And it really panned out with that YRC just now. Whoa. So Big Boss switching to Zato 1, a character we were yet to see in this tournament up to this point. Now, this is a matchup that has quite a bit of history in Strive. Nago players definitely didn't like it before. Overall, it can definitely swing wildly because Zato's pressure can definitely lock in Nago, and he doesn't have much he can do, and the neutral can get pretty rough. Once Nago's here, once Nago has Zato in the corner, this is where it gets really ugly. And Eddie still hasn't really managed to factor in so far. Oppose, successful, but still, now he's got to try to use some meter just to buy time for Eddie to come back. It was good usage of oppose there, but he didn't really do much with that landing lag and instead got thrown for his troubles, and a really rough round for Big Boss. Noor getting himself ahead here. There's the pressure, throwing in a few pierces, a couple of frog bites just to really try to reset the situation. Block on the dust. This is where Nago struggles. This is where Zato is at his very best. Someone with the damn fang. Where does he go from here? Can Noor just keep taking all of this? He has to try to get out at some point. As he does. RC just slowing him down enough to be able to restore the advantage to Big Boss. They convert there. No, not quite high enough. Oh, and still couple of drop conversion there from Big Boss. Not the cleanest, but still manages to take the round. That's what matters. That hurts. Zato, a very low health character. Hits from Nago will really put the hurt on him. Floats away, restoring Eddy meter, and more importantly, restoring that screen position real estate. That trade really huge, and now Big Boss's Zato down in the corner. The bite, and Noor is going to be able to really go in off of this, but a really important burst. Conversion into the 5H, really pushing Nago all the way to the other end of the screen, and that throw is going to do it. Noor being able to take another game here. After what looked like a pretty rock-solid start for Big Boss, goes to the Zato counter pick, and you could see the plan. It was looking all right, but the execution on those last bits towards the end was not good. Whoa! All right. Going from a neutral / pressure-focused game plan to going, you know what? I want to win these scrambles. I don't want to be in them anymore. Leo Whitefang coming in, but he gets immediately opened up. The 2D, old faithful. Still, you're seeing like all that has done is just one exchange going in Big Boss's favor, and Noor has just been on top throughout this round.
Yeah.
No, first thing you do is with this fight to the other side, and everybody's going to be looking to throw you if that's the first thing you want to do. Whoa! Okay, Noor, okay. Noor maybe just kind of really understanding the mental pressure his opponent's under and making a little bit of a statement there. Very cheeky. Not going to look good for him if he loses, though. There's the pressure, gets opened up low. That's going to be a hard knockdown. He's going to be able to go into patented Leo mix-up game from here.
Oh, that's punishment now.
Yeah, it's not nearly as safe as it used to be. He's nice and safe, keeps blocking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on there. Okay, but he used the meter. He knew he had the option.
Oh, big one. But
oh my goodness, everything is happening in these moments. Both of them won and lost the round multiple times in that one exchange.
Not again, I'll see to make it safe. Okay.
Big Boss had the meter to try to do something with that. Instead, goes down. 3-1 to Noor, gets eliminated. And you gotta wonder if Noor's little provocation had an effect on Big Boss's decision making. Who knows? They might be good friends and it was just some good old-fashioned ribbing.
I don't think so. I don't know if you know Noor, but...
Oh, it's just... Oh, yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm aware that Noor is a bit out there, so to speak. He definitely doesn't hold back on what he wants to say, but yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's yeah, it's if anybody's in the tournament chat, it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's still going, but like a little additional rib has just been thrown heads way. So yeah, Noor is definitely kind of having a good time right now. Well, hey, he makes it to top 4, and he waits for the winner of the next set we have, which I assume will be Alkhabbaz versus Rough Player. Now, Alkhabbaz, very experienced, knows his way around an Arcsys game or two. Rough Player, he's shown some pretty good play to make it as far as he is. He's fighting for top 4 here, but his set with MZA was definitely not his best showing. So we'll see if he's got something to Alkhabbaz with here. He goes with Faust, whereas Alkhabbaz goes with Kai. Of course, you can see from his name, Johnny, that was his character in Exard. And he's still very, very patiently hoping that he might come back. As it stands, he starts with Kai. Really gets hit by the drill. That's been a calling card for rough player. That's been something he's done so often in most matches.
What is Kai if not honest Johnny?
Right on.
Yeah.
All these 6H's misfinder, you know. Well, there's a knockdown. Got a little baby Faust out there, but he didn't quite manage to activate it yet.
Oh, what a 6B.
Wow. What a response. The 6H has been such a staple of rough players' game plan. Wow. Stun edge right up in the face. If he had moved up and blocked that, that could have been real trouble. Full stun edges.
Get out of range of the bomb.
Yeah, there it is. Alkhabbaz. Cool as you like, not letting anything worry him. Took a couple of hits, but none of them were big enough for him to really be concerned. He's been just putting the 6Ps out there. He's like, you know what? You're going to throw all these drills. You're going to do all these 6Hs. You're going to do all these moves that I can sneak under with this.
Oh, what a nice.
Oh, that is huge. That hurts. And goes for Sacred Edge. Maybe didn't trust that Ride the Lightning would be quick enough there.
Because Shock State also.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Those are the other things that matter with Kai. Wanted the Shock State and manages to push it right in there for more advantage and takes the first game very, very convincingly, does Alkhabbaz. Really, when you're talking about contenders to win this tournament, you cannot forget about this guy. Alright, well, this rough player going to bring in one of his various other characters that he's shown throughout this tournament. Soul Bad Guy. Okay, we haven't seen this yet. And I don't know, because Alkhabbaz's second character, or his other character, is Soul. And other than that, it's Soul. Everybody's got matchup practice against him, so whatever rough player is going to have to do here, he'd better bring it, and it better be pretty clean. All right, well,
I'll stop 6H now. Let's go.
That's not quite what I had in mind. Yeah, charge stun edge lands. He was trying to respond to it. All right, well, there's a response with the Volcanic Viper. He's going to do another one. No, shock state applied. All right, he wanted maybe to have the defensive option to deal with Alkhabbaz's pressure, but how much is that going to matter in the grand scheme of things if Alkhabbaz manages to just bait one? XP again, Alkhabbaz so on point with those all day long. Whoa, what? Everything, just like 50 decisions happened in about 1 second there, and the result was rough player being able to get out. Oh, too far for the 5H to connect. Rough player, Alkhabbaz does not want to lose this round, but he felt that he had it under control. And a blow to his confidence here with rough player managing to snag it in the end. Vortex, well, these round opening decisions by rough player have been pretty all or nothing. That's kind of the game plan he's chosen to follow. And it's worked out so far, but you gotta wonder about the sustainability factor here.
Watch your toes.
Always, especially when fighting Kai, you just never know when that's coming. Sometimes even without the meter. Oh, that 5P anti-air.
5P conversion. Let's go season 2.
Yeah, yep. That's some of the new stuff. Also with Fudra Arc becoming much, much better for mid-screen combos now. Really nice. Good
not
use
really.
of the sweep. Still, that's the thing with rough player. One thing that he hasn't really shown is good combo conversions all the way throughout this tournament. Wants that shock state. What's he going to work out of it? Keeps adding more shock. What's he going to go to here?
Oh, okay. I don't think that's
Aggressive
okay.
enough? No, it's not. That mix-up not quite panning out. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. 2-0.
Reflex. Reflex. You get hit. You see it. You see the counter sign pop up. You're about to die. It was pretty much burst or die at that point. So, well, does Rough Player have yet another character in those very, very deep pockets of his? He's already played, like, what, 5 characters so far today? Faust, Chip, Soul, Echo. Oh, no, 4 so far.
Okay, 5.
Wow. There we go. Testament. So he is banking on going for a neutral game plan now. Like that's Testament. You can't really hope to play too wild with this character. So gotta wonder if what he's got there is solid enough.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
All right. Yeah, that opener, not very promising. Alkhabbaz immediately getting in and forcing the first burst. Hard knockdown already in the corner with the dire Eklat. Oh, look at that presence of mind off that counter hit.
Oh, using the slump? Okay.
Yeah, maybe had a little idea there for... There it is. Watch your toes. Vapor thrust to finish it. Oh, not quite enough.
Okay.
All right, he's going to go in behind the Nostrovia, I guess.
Oh, nice.
All right. This might just be what he needed. No, never mind. Slaps him right back down.
Set point.
That is going to be set point, yeah, for Alkhabbaz. The 6Ps have just been, like, the accuracy on those has been ridiculous this set. I don't think he's missed one. There, he gets stuffed on an attempt to anti-air there. Nice placement of the stun edge there, completely preventing the attempt at neutral play. The stun dipper, yeah, you knew it was coming. You know it, but no RC behind it. Yep, no punish. Ooh. Big bite there. Gets that chomp out of him, but still. Oh, that could have been huge, but still. Oh yeah, never mind. Alright, just does what he wants sometimes.
Oh, tried to air.
Oh.
I think he messed up the input. He wanted the air. Okay, that's not the biggest punish, but
Puts him in the corner.
yeah. Especially if he anticipated the burst, so I understand.
Crucial trade there for Rough Player.
Yeah.
Just was not happening for him, and Alkhabbaz with a very dominant 3-0 eliminates him and advances to put himself in contention for top 4.
I think what Alkhabbaz wanted was to cancel the jump S into an air RPL.
To an air ride the lightning, yeah.
But it just didn't cancel it immediately, so it went. It was done on ground, which was way too late.
Yeah, channeling the spirit of KMZ. No combos into air RTL. They just don't happen. All right. Well, so
We're on
determine
to loser semi.
it's loser semifinals. So loser of this is going to place 4th. Now this set is going to be between Noor and Alkhabbaz.
Yep.
Winner plays against Punisher, and then the winner of that
against MZA
in grand finals. we're just waiting on
No.
Noor to pop back in here. It looks like Alkhabbaz has locked in Soul Bad Guy. Looking to maybe slug it out in close range. Doesn't want to get into a big sword fight with Nagoriyuki. And again, who knows? Noor might pull out his own soul.
Switched back to Kai, it seems. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Considering his options. Considering his options until Noor makes his fashionable entrance into this. And with Noor, you never know. Could be a plan. Alright, here goes. Losers semi-finals. Alkhabbaz versus Noor. Kai versus Nagoriyuki.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, Alkhabbaz is the one trying to press the issue right out of the gates. Noor not having any of it. Couple stomps to kind of establish authority, but Alkhabbaz is not a player who's easily scared. Whoa, that trade was huge. Alkhabbaz alive, basically. He was alert to try to chase after the BRC. Still, oh wow, it just keeps going after the clash does Noor. Counter hit. Huge. Oh, the slash was already coming out. Noor could have maybe come up with an answer for it, but he'd already committed to whatever he was doing, and that ended up being potentially what cost him that first round there. Alkhabbaz already up. Immediately, Noor going in. Just opening, immediately takes the wall break with a nice, cool 50%. Stomps, he's anticipating hitting a lot of low pokes with that there. He's searching for that. More often than not is Noor. And he's got all the meter that he needs now and more. You can bet he's RCing this if it gets blocked. And that's all of his meter and advantage gone. Just like that. Wow, that mix-up was nasty. But he didn't quite convert off of it nearly enough, and he's potentially about to lose the round for it. Just another one. Ooh. Just to be sure. You know.
Yeah. You have a meetup, spend it.
Yeah, might as well. No, really, I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes. You never know when all of a sudden scaling just kicks in or something just goes wrong. You just never know.
Season 2, let's go.
Oh. Again, those stomps have really been putting in work for Noor, and he decides to keep the meter rather than take the hard knockdown this time. Knows that Stun Dipper RC isn't on the table. Well, it is now. And Kai potentially able to drag it install, though I mean, I don't think that's a realistic option over here.
Oh, okay.
Decides to go for an air dash reset in that mix-up.
Oh, the shit.
Oh, what a bait! Got right the lightning. And he just went up to look him right in the eye as he did that. But Nago's blood level still low, not allowing that to hit nearly as hard as it could have. The food art. Oh, again.
He uses that as a throw bait.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Since it's airborne and they try to tech or defensive throw, they get hit. So that's 1-0.
And it worked both times that he tried it. So really good stuff by Alkhabbaz. That was a pretty close game one. So it's still really hard to measure where this set's gonna go. And Noor still gets the first opening, but oh, there's the punish. A nice whiff punish there by Alkhabbaz. First already gone right out of the gates. Shock state. He's not trying to push something too obvious out of that. Aware that Noor might have an answer for it. Big close slash counter hit. In the corner now. Keeps that pressure going, and there's the bite. Keep himself safer and able to use more moves as that blood gauge. Now Alkhabbaz really pressing this advantage he has in the corner. First bit of Nero used. Ooh, wow.
He should have spaced himself just out of throw range if he wanted that reason.
Yeah.
Plus, Nago's throw range is pretty big, so that might work against other characters. Nago's control.
Right, yeah. There you go. That explains how Alkhabbaz lost the momentum on that pressure, but he's still the one making all the plays in this second round. Takes that big frame advantage with Foot Archon shock state. There it is. Watch your toes. What was that? Miss or a frame kill? Hard for me to tell.
Kill, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, it didn't get the bubble. Didn't get the slowdown. But it did help him with the conversion, I guess.
Still got a lot of damage for it, and now you've got 2 Stun Dipper RCs waiting on deck. There's one. Oh, there it is. Immediately goes into dust, but doesn't block the burst.
Yeah, he was waiting.
Burst. Oh, man. Really?
Yeah, just
Oh yeah. I didn't realize he still had a second meter.
Yeah, basically any interaction would have, he has to do something that cannot, it's actually smart because, Kai can, any BT could lose to DP, any throw, they could maybe mash it or something. So that's like the only way to definitively take the advantage.
Exactly. Did it by eliminating every good option that Alkhabbaz could possibly think of, and then put himself right back in the driver's seat. Really good stuff, actually. Spent 100 meter on it, but hey, got in the game.
I mean,
scored.
Meter is cheap when your life is like 1 pixel.
Exactly. Well, Noor here with another decent start. Has Alkhabbaz in the corner. He's really started setting the pace, and the very short combo into that super, that's done. That's the round. That's the round. Just like that. Noor with a statement round to open up game 3 and really put himself in the momentum seat to try to take this set. Ooh. Nago just a little bit too wide for Alkhabbaz's good there. Wow, just jump, heavy slash, no air dash, nothing, no momentum shift. Sometimes the simplest options are the best. Whoa. He caught something? No, never mind. He wanted Noor to flinch. It didn't happen.
Side switch.
Important to regain the corner there.
Noor went for a slower option.
Wow. Sometimes. Oh, the RC, that could be huge.
Oh.
Important burst, that's going to be a punish, and Noor.
He did the far S 5H. 5H is disjoint, so burst would not catch that. And Alkhabbaz, I think, anticipated like a far SS.
The triple quote-unquote Rekka of Nagoriyuki is triple slash, and it was really smart play by Noor. He's been doing a lot of really smart stuff in this set. What does Alkhabbaz have in response? He's played well, but big moments, Noor has really come up clutch. Alright, spaced it right this time.
Couldn't get the pickup.
Yeah, he was just a little bit too far. The combos off Dire Eklat like that usually really damaging. Alkhabbaz not having the chance to try it. Still, life lead, but you never know when you're facing Nagoriyuki. Just like that. Life parity, basically.
Oh, caught the back
Oh, he
dash.
just...
Oh, beta burst.
Oh my goodness, so many hero bursts that have been going on today, and that is just a huge blow for Alkhabbaz, potentially staring elimination in the face right now.
Oh. Tight throw.
That was a big conversion for him here. Decided not to take the wall break. Not RCing there, keeping it simple. Maybe that last one, I don't know, was he looking for the burst? Maybe thinking, you know, people have burst at all sorts of life deficits today. It wasn't the worst idea to think about, but now, Noor is out of the corner. And just like that, that's a huge counter hit. Oh man, that could be definitive. That could be definitive right there. Noor, another opening, and he's got super. What, is that enough?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so.
No. Just barely.
Hey.
Ah.
That's
and
either
you
chip or he
look-
got hit.
Wow. And you look back on that whole wall splat series that Alkhabbaz ran, potentially looking for the burst on each of those opportunities. We're just trying to keep Noor in front of him for the mix-ups and not finishing him off in any of those when he had meter, he had the resources. Really, I mean, it's easy to look at that in hindsight, and it's understandable under tournament pressure that maybe not the best decisions are reached sometimes. And it's unfortunate for him that that didn't pan out for him. Noor proceeds, Alkhabbaz out in fourth. Oh, we're right down to the wire in this tournament now.
Yeah, it's losers
Noor
finals.
goes on. Yeah, losers finals, Noor versus Punisher. Now, they've played already in this tournament, and it was a 3-0 Punisher. Now, Noor, of course, has been on this run in losers, where he's won some pretty tough sets.
Mhm.
That might galvanize his confidence going into this next one here. So we've got up to 3 sets left to play, since after this we'll be going to grand finals, depending on whether we have a reset. So while Punisher gets back in here, if you guys are just joining, this is the Fighters GCC Weekly, which runs over all sorts of various games, hosted by Badura over here. If you guys follow Badura SK on Twitter, that's where you'll know what's happening. But even better than that, if you're in the Fighters GCC Discord, get in. If you're somehow in the region and you're not aware of these yet, get in and play all sorts of different fighting games week by week. Follow the schedule and check what's happening for each game that you like. There is a voted tournament at the end of each month, so you could potentially get any of your old favorites just right back in there. Blaze Blue Center Fiction is what's coming up next. And some other games that have happened here have included Virtua Fighter 4, have included Akatsuki Blitzkampf, Melty
I might
Blood.
have to make a new room. Sorry.
Network.
Yeah, continue.
Oh,
just,
room.
yeah.
So all sorts of games that have happened here. Has KOF 11 been part of the lineup at any point?
No, but we have someone else. Just Hamid. He does regular KOF 11 tournaments.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, get on the Fighters GCC Discord, man. There's just so much action for so many games going on in there. Just you'll find something you want to play over there. So yeah, sure. All right. So as we just re-navigate cyberspace and help players get back into this new room. Right?
There we go.
All right. Losers. Finals, guys. Noor on your player 1 side with Nagoriyuki up against Punisher on the player 2 side with Giovanna. Game 1.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Slash could have been a big deal, but you see, again, Punisher remembering the game plan that succeeded for him so well by smothering Noor and not allowing him the chance to really get the offense going here. Noor is already on put himself on 2 levels of blood, so this could potentially hurt. All those 5Ks just anticipating a button running right into them. YRC just to stay alive. Punisher again, relentless, but good block on the cross up there by Noor. Good defense. He's definitely been improving in that area as the tournament has gone on. Look at that patience. Look at that. Waiting for Punisher to flinch. Oh, but never mind. Punisher was just even more patient. Dashing up with the throw. The Giovanna special. Has him in the corner. Gets to go for a jump reset mix-up. Didn't quite pan out. And now, Noor. Reversing momentum, never mind. Wow, just one backdash into a 5H. And that's going to put him down with a knockdown in the corner. Ooh, big gold burst. Now he has meter to play with. It's the burst with the first half of it. Ooh, what a defensive air throw. He has a super to hit. Is that going to be enough? I think it might be with that little scaling. That's going to be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. And Noor with such a strong response to take the second round. Great link there off a late hit Trovao. Oh, he did it once, do it again. And just to put him into the corner with a successful frame trap. Trying to keep him there, doesn't want to restore. Ooh. Yeah, the RC is pretty much out of the equation by the point that the screen is in that situation. That is a lot of damage the Punisher just took. Oh, the low profile! What a genius play! And that should seal it with the super. No, never mind. Nago's guts. He's on on 0 levels of blood. Never mind. Ashes in with the dust. That was potentially super scary. Or Punisher there that he still had one more situation after making such a big play. The presence of mind to just keep going in right afterwards. Successful mix-up, successful tournament match victory there for Punisher, 1-0.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
As May's happy music kind of just hops in here. The pressure here, Punisher seeming to be galvanized by the joy of these tunes, and with a really strong start, already about to get a hard knockdown on his first wall break here.
Good IFD there.
Managed to get him out, but still right back into the blender.
Ooh, wow. The fake overhit.
That Punisher really bringing out the grime in his play, showing that he's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve. The trap with the double close slash not working this time. Punisher wise to it. All this pressure by Noor. Punisher not biting on anything. He manages to reverse the situation. Successful dash throw. What's the mix-up? Gets the counter hit. Has him on the wall. That's going to be a decent bit of damage. And a hard knockdown. What's he going to go for this time?
Blocks it this time.
Oh. Challenging each other constantly.
Oh!
Manages to OTG off the trade. Again, what's really showing the edge for Punisher here is that presence of mind in the toughest situations. It's 2-0, but it's still very tightly balanced. All of these rounds have been really Just that could go either way in almost every single one of them.
Society. Duel 1.
Game 3, Punisher trying to get into Grand Finals by 3-0ing Noor for a second time today. Just for a Fukio to try to maybe bait something out, but doesn't quite happen. Immediate spin. He's gonna have to hit a lot with that sword to make sure that blood doesn't rise too hard. Slaps, but no meter to convert with. Raid in Noor's favor, but the opportunity was that a successful bait? Has him on the wall, but doesn't have. Yeah, there it is. Still the damage from the dust enough with the wall break to put Punisher at set point. You look at how he's dashing with these 5 kills. It has really been immaculate spacing by Punisher. Ooh! Wow. These conversions. Look at that. That is awesome by Punisher. Almost punishes the attempt at the gold burst. And is that the last of Noor's hopes dissipating? Still manages to get the hit. The bite. He'll be able to go a little bit wild here. And he's going to be able to go with the super afterwards. Close, but not sure if it's quite enough. Might be just short. Never mind. And Noor manages to just stay alive in this tournament. But gets 6 speed as he attempts to poke, and he's in the corner now. That's huge. And immediately, wow, look at that side switch.
Yeah.
That was incredible by Punisher. What a round start by him. Potentially on the way to Grand Finals here. Can Noor come up with one last big play? All that meter being spent, and Noor survives all of that. There's still one more gambit. Oh, never mind.
That's noobs.
Wow. Noor with an absolutely awesome side switch of his own, and he's got the positive advantage and the meter now. Looks for the burst one time. Does it come? Doesn't look for it a second time. Still the opportunity for the pressure, and there's the hit, and Noor takes the game to stay alive. 2-1 is the score. Finally puts one on the board against Punisher, and is that kind of round the confidence boost he needs. Game 4.
Duel 1.
Tense moments. This could be a really pivotal moment here. Oh, what in hitboxes. All right. Gold burst successful, and all the meter in the world being spent by Noor in about 1 second as he tries to keep up the pressure and is instead thrown into the corner for his troubles. Chance for Punisher to really gain some advantage here. There it is, the 5H. He hadn't thrown that in after the wall breaks in a while, bringing it in at just the right time to take that round and again be on set point. Anticipates with the sweep, and is going to be able to carry all the way to the corner if he does this right, and takes the wall break. Positive advantage. Is this the beginning of the end for Noor? But you never know. He's already come back once.
Oh, couldn't pick it up.
Oh, and he had the meter for it, but he believed he wouldn't need it. The meter spent. Still has another one on deck. And there's the mix-up successful, and there's the burst to stay alive. This is where... Oh, what a response with the 6P! And he got another call right. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Is that it? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Punisher finishing it off 3-1 before the threat of Noor's comeback could get too large for him to handle, and he moves on to Grand Finals to face MZA. Really good showing by Noor. He really played his heart out today. Well, trolling aside, really, for what we know of him, but the level that he showed today, and that the amount of tough decisions that he made in so many clutch situations, so many beautiful plays, so many great sets that he played today. Fair play to him. Really, really well done on an unfortunate GG's to him just to get third place in this tournament. But he's put himself on the map really to, I don't know, maybe even take one of these home one day. You never know. Let's wait for MZA to hop in here. To remind you guys, he is the two-time winner of these tournaments so far. And this is just the third tournament. He's literally won all of them up to this point. So he's trying to basically just gatekeep the entire region out of these tournaments. He also registered like last second today. The tournament was literally about to start, and he's just like, "Yo, I'm in here. I'm playing this tournament. I want my triple crown." And so far, I mean, he's the one on the winner's side. He's looked good for it. It's gonna come down to whether Punisher can try to get this reset, because he does have to win 2 best 3 out of 5 sets. Still, this is Strive. A lot can happen in a very short span of time. Last time they played, of course, MZA went with Eno. Potentially looking at Giovanna being a harder matchup against Testament with her speed. But this time, on this first set of Grand Finals, he is going to give the Testament a try.
Mankind knew that. Duel 1.
Intriguing choice here, considering that
today
his
has
win...
a lot of games to change characters if needed.
Right. Well, he might as well. And he's not starting off too badly here.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of real estate built up. Really good start so far. The crows hit. You've got the good old gunk sitting there on Giovanna. Oh, the big counter hit there, but the burst baiting without a burst being there. The little bit of a snafu there by Punisher, but he still got all the advantage that he needs. Ooh, that lost all the momentum in one fell swoop. Trying to close the positioning again. Oh, there it is. Punisher takes that first round. Oh, he was just a little bit too far with that, but the burst.
That's an offensive burst to keep them in the corner. Not,
yeah, absolutely.
Not get pushed away.
That was really important for him, but unfortunately for him, MZA just so strong that he managed to just retrieve the corner anyway. Still, now, situation flipped on its head again. Sure, big counter hit. Ah, there it is, and a full dust punish. These combos don't scale too hard, but still, not quite enough. Oh, chase him down.
1-0.
1-0, pretty good stuff for Punisher here.
What is happening?
Uh-oh, Strive. Do this to us, Strive.
Let's blame the beast.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man.
Connection has been lost.
We've been good all day long.
Alright, everyone seems to be in the room. I don't know what happened.
Alright, so hopefully we can just carry on.
But, yeah, okay.
Alright, yeah, MZA is up.
Yeah. That's also kind of why I didn't put it as rematch, because sometimes, like, when the spectator gets DQ'd or not disconnected, they can't be spectating the other matches, so they can be playing a whole set, and I'm not seeing that. So.
Yeah. So that problem's still there. All right.
Yeah, another Punisher. Offensive burst there to keep them in the corner.
It's really smart how he's doing that, and he's really managed to get so much out of it. Better than he did last time. Went for the immediate RC to low, but MZA was aware of that, not biting on it. Look at the careful movement by Punisher, waiting through the minefield of Testament zoning, and trying to stay in that sweet spot where with one burst movement, he can immediately get in.
Oh, just out of range.
Wow, okay, that was potentially crucial. A lot of meter lost there. Not much room to really gain any back, and that's going to do it for that round. Really gets caught, the 5H. That is not low invincible. It has a great hitbox, but it definitely won't be the low that is stretched onto Giovanna's standing leg. And off of that momentum, MZA with an absolutely powerful start to this round. Turbocharge, nothing stopping him here, and the burst just to try to stay alive by Punisher, and a perfect. What a response here by MZA. Well now. Testament that he did not use the previous time. What a statement this is turning out to be for MZA. You know, so far in this tournament, just like with both of his characters.
Duel 1.
Game 3. 1-1 is the score, and Punisher still needs to win 2 sets. Waiting through, and the Trovell is stuffed by the Raven. This is where Punisher really needs to try to stay on top, but MZA's defense so solid. Another offensive burst. He has been on point with those. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. He has to finish the round off with this. Oh, never mind the wall. Okay.
Yeah, the super. Yeah.
Good improvisation. And the damage boost, Giovanna at 50% and 100% tension gets damage and defense boosts unique to her, and that also helped. Still trying to wade through the minefield. He managed successfully last time. There it is. Stain potentially on deck. Here's the big counter hit, and he's going to be able to carry all the way to the corner with this. Is he going to take the hard knockdown? No. Oh, it might have been a missed input, actually.
Could be like a
sweet counter hit there. All right, immediate burst there by MZA, but he's now on his last legs potentially in this game, and that's gonna do it. 2-1 is the score.
I mean 2-1, sorry.
2-1. Yeah, 2-1 for Punisher over here in a pretty good game 3 win. He really needed to gain that momentum back. That second game was pretty rough.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, so will MZA stick with it? Yes, he has basically just put this first set entirely onto Testament. Really maybe trying to test the limits of what he can do with this character. And then if he ends up getting a reset, he will most likely go to Eno in the second set. Double 5Ks, always checking for if the opponent's doing something. Punisher here by Punisher, but he allows MZA to escape. This could be huge. Staying on deck. Could happen here. No, the MZA decides to stay conservative. Doesn't try to take too big of a risk. Understands that the burst movement of Punisher can be a big problem for him that could cost him so much so quickly. Dodges the overhead arbiter. That could have been huge with the wall so close to breaking.
Oh, saw this at me, but I don't know. Maybe it was almost active, so.
Right, didn't have enough time to respond by then.
No,
MZA
I think
takes
he
another
reacted,
round.
but he thought he might have had enough time to stop it, but you know, it was almost gonna be active. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Very, very close. Wow, look at that. He has him all the way on the other side of the screen. Immediate throw out just to close distance. He's 3 in a row. And again, sometimes Punisher maybe not watching the right burst gauges because he's been baiting bursts that aren't there sometimes. Maybe just a missed input. There's 6P against the Trovell again. He's been doing really well with those. It is at a time where he really needs to be. Potentially about to tie up the score here. Blocks the overhead arbiter. Crucial reaction speed on deck by Punisher, but oh, there it is, the RC.
I like
2-2.
that Amsday definitely changed his play style at the end right there, like getting more aggressive.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, he's like, he wants to give Punisher fewer decisions to make by just kind of taking the game out of his hands, and I think that's been pretty effective. And that might be what potentially helps him tie up this grand finals right here. That's it. This game decides whether we go into a second set or whether MZA just takes this home.
Mankind. Duel 1.
Game 5. First set of grand finals. Punisher trying to make it not be the only set. Well, there's the 2D, but an immediate burst. MZA cannot afford to take big hits. What a response on the Trovell. He's been so good at stopping that move for quite a while after Punisher had been using it so often to close the distance. Look at that. Look at that. Where do you go? You just take small hits here and there. All that chip damage or tension that you're spending. And what a 6P to get out of it. What a timing that he found on that. But he'd spent so much meter earlier that he didn't have anything to mess with once that hit landed. To spend a meter on a conversion there, knew he wouldn't be enough, but spends it at the right time. Get the hit that matters. Punisher with an absolutely stellar defensive display and then completes the comeback to take the round. Oh, Trovell wall bounces. But he ends up dropping his conversion there. That's the cross up, but again, two big chances gone for Punisher to get the wall break and the momentum that he potentially needs. Successful throw here. Pressure here again by MZA. It's not necessarily about the mix-up, but it's about how much you have to spend to get out of this. And look at the response of the Trovell again at that distance. It is just not working, but Punisher is not thinking of any other options because he doesn't really have many. He's been good at blocking the overhead arbiters. Oh, that was just a little bit too far. He anticipated a button getting hit and catching a stray hurt box. No bait on the burst. Got caught trying to move forward. Reset point and championship point all in one in this round. Big counter hit by Punisher. He's going to be able to get the corner carry he really so desperately needs here. That's pretty safe in that kind of situation. Sweep, no RC on it. Just needs one hit. Oh. There it is. That's the hit. That's the reset right there. Punisher manages to win it 3-2 to take us into a second set of this grand finals.
Double Luigi.
Goodness, just what a first set that was.
I think MZA is sticking with Testament.
Is he though? Wow. Especially after winning and with a fairly larger difference with Eno. I guess there's something either he's looking for or something he sees in the matchup, how he wants to handle it right now.
It was like, 2-2, so it was not.
It was just it was a very close 3-2, so he could do it. Some with a low arbiter this time. He noticed Punisher has been good about blocking the overheads, so he decided to test him with a low this time. Again, the response to the Trovell, but Punisher is basically kind of just taking those. If MZA doesn't have big meter, then the punishment he takes for it is not too big. And if he lands the counter hit, by contrast, and he gets a lot more for it. Careful movement here by Punisher, looking for the opportunity as MZA still manages to keep that space. There, Overhead Arbiter finally lands. Help him get around here. MZA draws first blood. Oh, the trade could have been huge for Punisher, but he was just a couple steps too far. The burst to try to maintain some momentum. Oh, the throw bait was successful again, but no punish after that, and the RC was meant. Whoa!
Okay,
huge.
punish.
All right, well, Punisher will take that, but this first game of the second set of Grand Finals has not gone very well for him. Still doable, but there's a lot more he needs to do. Big throw tech there by MZA, and immediately the fastest escape out of the corner you will see as he takes the first game of the second set. Go up 1-0. Well, you know Punisher is not going to switch characters under any circumstance. Giovanna is one character he's played and the one character he's believed in from day one. Let's see what he has up his sleeve to try to bring this set back in his favor. He's already won a set against MZA here, albeit a close one against his Testament, so we'll see here, but it's looking more and more oppressive. And he manages to get the flipped corner positioning and immediately wants that hard knockdown. Look at that damage on that opener. Stayed patient, didn't try to commit too hard on that chase, just in case MZA had a surprise waiting for him. And just like that, Punisher with an absolutely powerful statement there in the first round of the second game. No anti-air attempt, didn't trust it there. Gets caught low. The big counter hit immediately bursts out. Oh, he was just a step too slow with that 5K. The plan was right. He had the right read, but he was just a little bit too slow. Punisher trying to close that distance again. You can see the preliminary 6Ps being tossed out. There's the big hit that he needed. Again, he'll take that advantage with the hard knockdown. Does not want MZA to gain any space on him. He'll immediately close in, and a couple of backdashes away, and immediate movement forward by MZA, and Punisher was not ready. Tense moments here. Actually crucial round. Oh no, the throw not working out for Punisher, and he gets mixed up, opened up by that air dash. He goes down. This is a really huge game for him. The difference between tying it up 1-1 and facing championship point. Trying to keep his space here as Punisher, trying not to rush his approach. There it is, gets the plus frames that he needed. Doesn't convert though. He's a little bit far at a point where it might have not ended well for him if he tried to keep going with it. Look at these very tight decisions happening between both players, just barely missing the chances. Get in on each other in this very tightly contested neutral.
Oh, okay, no problem.
That's it. He tried to draw out the burst, never happened. Oh, and a flub there by Punisher. Drops a really huge opportunity to get a knockdown and to really maintain that momentum. He's in a lot of trouble here. Doesn't really have much in the way of resources. He was trying to go in and then gold burst, but since he got caught, that ended up being a blue burst instead. Now he has to spend so much meter just to stay alive. It's so hard at this point in time to conceive how he could make this comeback, and he goes down. The score is 2-0 to MZA. Slowly, it almost feels as if Punisher's options in neutral are being eroded little by little. As MZA really ramps up the oppression that he's been running with Testament.
Yeah.
Well, it's all down to this right now. Can Punisher try to put back a 3-win streak? The absolute only scenario in which he wins this tournament. Being very, very cautious again out of the gates is Punisher. He's negative penaltied on while trying to get in. That is just a real blow to his confidence right now in how this match has been going. With all that tension lost, what? Goodness. There it is, the low, but he didn't have anything to convert with, and converts with a close slash, goes with the simplest option, and now MZA just 1 round away from ending this tournament and being crowned champion for the 3rd time in a row. There it is again, Punisher, and you can see MZA is just not biting on these frame traps whatsoever. Very, very smart play, good response. Opportunity here for Punisher. Oh, that trade could have been huge if Punisher was just a split second earlier. Now he's trapped in the corner. Successful mix-up by MZA. And what's he got here? Side supply staying. Has him in the corner in Ostrovia. This over. Is that it? No. One more opportunity here for Punisher, and he goes for the super immediately to close the distance. Wow, that punishes the Arbiter, and is that going to do it for this round?
That reached.
Goodness, what a clutch bit of play there by Punisher, immediately supering.
MZA was like trying to make it like a reversal save, but still
he
close.
Yeah, he tried. Arbiter has a lot of recovery, a lot more than it looks. So it definitely makes sense that that's a scenario that played out over here. Punisher keeping himself alive by the smallest of margins. Again, Nostrovia. Really dire situation here for Punisher, and there's the opener again. MZA. Oh, never mind. The wall break coming a little too soon. And this time he doesn't have the super to RC option. How does he approach? How does he even? Never mind. He gets approached instead, and MZA, champion for the 3rd time running in Fighters GCC Guilty Gear Strive. And what a deserved win, really. Finishing the Grand Finals 3-0 after such a close set previously, deciding not to go back to Ino, who he'd already beaten Punisher with. Just absolutely incredible. Champion.
The first set was 3-2, right? And then
First set was, yeah, the first set in Grand Finals was 3-2.
And then it was 3-0.
Yeah, and 3-0 was also the score the first time they played.
Yeah.
In winner's side.
Yeah.
Oh, what a ride.
All right, so just the tournament.
Yeah, it was really good. Had a lot of really good sets. Had a lot of people come out of where we didn't really know of them before, who made it pretty far. A lot of people put in some pretty good performances. But MZA is still sitting at the top of that hill, waiting, keeping everyone out of it, waiting to find someone that can overtake him. So until then,
yeah. So yeah, he's standing MZA in 1st place, Punisher in 2nd, and then Noor in 3rd. Yeah, so that's at least top 3. The rest of the players. Yeah, so this is actually the 2nd crossplay tournament for Strive. We did the first tournament was during the crossplay beta. The 2nd one was just in between period where like it was just PC only. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. We didn't have a lot of problems, thankfully.
it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, I mean, at least on the Strive end of things. Yeah, because there's been some issues with the lobbies and whatnot. And I think they're trying to fix it, but thankfully we didn't get any issues. I think.
Yeah, we stayed safe somehow.
Yeah. So just a reminder: next weekend, the last weekend of January, gonna be Blaze Blue Central Fiction. And around that time, we're gonna do a poll for February's tournaments. Although for the first, what was it? Maybe the first couple of weeks of February. It is a short month, so yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the first couple of months of February, I won't be able to host tournaments because I'll be out of the country.
Well, you'll get that rest, my friend. It's
Yeah. So yeah, because I'm gonna be out for Frosty Fausting. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that is
so-
gonna be all Frosty Faustings top tournament. Shout out to Elvin Shadow,
So yeah.
the father of Frosty Faustings.
But we'll do the poll and whichever games wins, we'll try to run them in February. If we can't run them in February, we'll just put them in March. Like they get a guaranteed spot in March. If we can't.
All right, well,
Yeah. So yeah, that was a fun tournament. Thanks everyone. Thanks Fro so much for doing the commentary.
hey, my pleasure to be here, and at least for the games that I do know a thing or two about, I'll be glad to hopefully keep coming back.
Alright, okay. Thanks all, and see y'all soon. Take care.
Okay, take care, everyone.